What up?
What up?
Young Buck Soul Goat.
Yeah,
135. I got Tank. I got my alien over here falling on me. I got Big G is in the house.
What up? What up?
Throwback guest on the pod. What's
Yeah.
up, dog? How you doing?
Nah, man. The OG man of action is here, dog. Just chilling.
Hell yeah. This is the squad circa 2018, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy, right? When you think about it. Like fucking.
I remember Thor Ragnarok was about to start. Like when we did the podcast, we were hearing rumors of like Thor Ragnarok was dropping, so we were talking about that. Talking about like that. It was so long ago.
Yeah, bro.
Ant-Man 2.
Because the pandemic, the 2 years of the pandemic, like it's almost like one long ass year.
Yeah. It's been like slow but fast. It's weird. It's like a weird ass.
I feel you. Look at you, dog, drinking out of the stormtrooper. Dude.
Yo, those decanters, the fire.
John Bolas.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, John Bolas is in the house. What up?
Oh, what's up? That's JB. Shout out to Gainesville, my cousin.
Oh yeah.
So, he's a big Ghost fan.
That's a nice picture of him he has.
Yeah, that's
what
how
he looks like?
Yeah, that was right like 2 months old. I took a picture.
Nice.
Yeah. So what's good, fellas? What's up, Steph Curry? Huh? 4 rings?
Yeah, that's it. 4.
That's crazy, man. Tatum didn't show up to that game, bro.
The only one he needed to show up to.
That sucks because he showed
up. He was worried about making sure he had the same outfit. He wanted to make sure he had Kobe Bryant's fucking outfit on, that he had. And then that's why he couldn't fucking do it, dude.
Poor guy, dog.
You know what, man? I know you were rooting for Boston. Yeah.
I was
off Boston.
I didn't like any of the two, but I was like, I didn't want Curry, Golden State to win another. I would like, the young guys in Boston, but Boston is like such a big Miami rival, so it was a bittersweet. I don't know, but I was rooting for Boston. I didn't want because everyone was thinking Golden State was just gonna sweep or like just blow out, and I was rooting for Boston to at least give it a game, which was good. At least they went to 6. I didn't want a 4-0 type of fucking finals. Nobody likes that unless it's your team winning 4-0. You know what I'm saying?
Do you guys put Steph Curry up there now, and the LeBron, Michael Jordan, Kobe?
He's definitely there because he just brought something new to the game, and he brought his own thing. That's why he's gonna be a great because. He might not be statistically better, in my opinion, better than as far as like LeBron Jordan, but he changed the game in his way. You feel me? Like when Jordan came, he changed his game. When Magic came, changed the game. When Shaq came, they all he brought something new to the shit, and people were mad. They were kind of saying he ruined the game, but it's like he changed it up. Like he got rid of the we don't have big centers no more. We have a fast game because of teams like these niggas that started the whole shooting from half court. It's crazy. The other day, matter of fact, they had a fast break, and he had a 2-and-1 break, and Steph Curry stopped at the 3-point line. He could have had an easy layup, and he shot a 3 and missed. And Mark Jackson was like, "See, that's where this new game is like. Where you have your little flaws and shit, because you're so used to shooting threes. He should have took that up. It would have been an easy layup, and he shot a 3 instead."
But if we're being honest, dog, he was already at the table with all those guys, right? We didn't really need him.
Yeah,
we didn't really need him to. I mean, it's nice that he won 4, but with 3 championships and that 72-win season or whatever that was, 74, I don't remember. He's one of the best of all time, whether he wins it or not.
He was, but he was in a higher top 20 type shit. But with this one, this chip, he puts him in another elite, closer, and even just because he's already dope, he's up there now.
It was weird also because KD joined the previous championship.
So but they won one before.
Right. Without, so. But I'm saying that one with KD is all right, dude, you had KD, it's now they got it, dude. And they had gotten it before, so.
They're good. I think in the beginning, why Steph was kind of not always, because he was always dope, but he kept getting hurt in the beginning of his career. And he kept getting, his ankles were always getting fucked up, so he wasn't shining all the way. He would have potential shining, and then he'll get hurt. And then when he finally
how many did they win with KD?
Just one.
One?
Just 2? 1.
They have 4 total. So they won 1. No, they won 2 with KD.
Check that out real quick, Tank.
No, I think it's just.
Oh no, you're right. They won back to back the first time. They won one.
The
with
first
KD,
one
and
was
then,
the one where Iggy got the Finals MVP. That was their first one. Then the second one against the Cavs, the
Draymond got the. Who got the MVP in the second Finals?
I think Curry. I think Curry has the third
no,
one.
No, Curry
already.
has.
This is first MVP.
This is the first one.
I think Draymond got one. Oh,
Durant probably got one.
And
Durant got one. Durant got one.
Hey, we're gonna get into Obi-Wan and Star Wars right now, but we're talking basketball for a second. Let me ask you this: you may have seen the same picture I saw, Tank, on social media and stuff. It had like Bird sitting next to who's he sitting next to? Maybe Magic, and they're on a table, and like Jordan is at the table, and who else is at the table? LeBron's at the table, and they were like, "Oh, Steph Curry's finally to join us and sit at the table." Who the fuck? Shaq was at the table. I'm trying to remember who else. Kobe was at the table.
They won 2 with Durant.
See, and that's the thing. Like we were talking about earlier, I think he was already elite, but I think just because of having the extra chip, it just for sure solidifies him already automatically there because he's got a 4 championship. So it's like he's already in another class just by having 4. You feel me? So I think he was already dope, but like
with he's this top one, 10 now.
With this one, you can't deny him. Like at all.
He's top 10.
He's great, bro. No one does what he's doing.
Where's Wade? Like outside the top 10? Top 15?
Well, see what happens? I think what's happening now is just like what happened with boxing and hip hop. Like, oh, what's the best rapper? I'm like, shit. When I grew up, from the 90s to 2000, it was a certain one. But now there's so much more that it's hard to be like top 10 because like, fuck, it's been like you know what I'm saying? Like 40 years of dopeness. Like, you just eliminate these people? Like,
yeah, the era.
It's kind of like the ranking of like the top, scorers and assists. Like it's just like he went from 3 to 4 to 4 to 5 because this guy just went up. So it's hard. It's hard to see like who's top 10 and leave Wade out because you can't count Wade out. That motherfucker's a different animal too.
How many finals did Curry lose?
1. The one with the Cleveland, right? Hold on. Who did Cleveland beat when they won? Was it Golden State? Or
Golden State. It was the 3-1. They came back 3-1 and won.
Oh, that's right.
I think that's the only one they lost.
That one and the 1-2. Who did Giannis win against?
The Suns.
Oh, the Suns. That's right. Okay,
I think that's the only one they lost.
Who lost that one?
The Suns lost to Milwaukee when Antetokounmpo won.
I think the Golden State has lost just one final.
And that was the year that they had like 73 wins.
You know what sucks? Probably from Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson put that team together, and then like Steve Kerr came in, but maybe it was just that Steve Kerr with that little piece. You feel me? Like a different coaching.
Yeah, bro. I think about that all the time, especially when he's like calling the games and they're
he's like, these guys here. When we got them, like, damn, you fucking probably were a big piece of picking all those dudes.
For sure. All right, let's shift gears here and
to a galaxy far, far away.
Hell yeah! I saw what you were doing, Gio. You probably already are taking off to a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah,
within your headspace there. But let's go to Star Wars and Obi-Wan. You've been watching. We were talking the other day when we were hanging out. You've been watching all the episodes. We laughed a little bit about some of the stuff. We can go back and talk about some of the older episodes, but specifically episode 5. Feeling it, not feeling it, good things, bad things. What'd you think?
Like Dumb and Dumber totally redeemed himself. Like, great episode, dog. For the little flaws that we were complaining about, which I wasn't complaining of the show overall, but we had our little things that we didn't like. But this episode was like fucking nostalgic. So much dope shit. Seeing Vader do stuff that we haven't seen him do. It was fucking epic.
You're talking about the ship shit where he like fucking holds the ship back?
Or just fighting like Neo and they're like, I don't need a lightsaber. Watch this. Like,
how disrespectful, dude. He didn't even ignite his fucking lightsaber, bro.
Right. Like, fuck you. Like, don't worry. And then at the end, like, oh, you thought I didn't know? Come on. You really thought I didn't know, bitch? Like, I've been known.
Youngling.
You fucking, yeah, that's crazy. And I like the shot, how they shot it when he's walking up to her as Vader and she keeps seeing him as Anakin, and then he stabs her as Anakin Vader, and it keeps flashing back, and it's like done like dual. It was like great filming. Yeah. Fire.
How the fuck does she get stabbed twice by a lightsaber and she's not dead yet?
I don't know. I mean, it is the same people that trained the stormtroopers in shoes.
But she got stabbed as a kid, right?
From what I got, it looks like she got stabbed and she faked her like she was dead, and that's what I got out of it. I thought she did.
And then here she got stabbed, and she, at least at the end of the episode, she's still not dead. I liked
her story arc. They switched that whole shit up. They flipped that. I can't hear anything. You guys saying anything?
Yeah, he's breaking up. Hold on, give him a sec. He'll be right back.
Homestead.
I think I froze.
He's back.
My back?
Yeah, you're back.
I apologize. My internet connection sucks cock tonight. So he's holding that ship with his hand, right, Vader? And then what? Like another ship comes out of it? What the fuck is that?
They did a okie doke, like they did a decoy. He knew that shit. This motherfucker was gonna come in. I'm assuming Obi kind of knew, like, if he even gets close enough, he's gonna bring this shit down. So it looked like that, they planned it. I remember Rey did that in the new trilogies. Rey did that when they thought Chewie was leaving and she fucking blew up that ship. She kind of almost did the same thing.
Right. Okay. Dude, it'd be interesting to see how Vader got so powerful. Because as Anakin, he wasn't stopping no ships. Then he got his fucking legs cut off, like one of his hands cut off. And then next time we see him, he's fucking dope, dude.
But you know what it is? I think the enhancer that he got, obviously, to live, he's like half whatever the fuck. But I think the dark side has strong ass shit. This is like my own opinion. Like, the dark side has its own like powerful shit, but you don't like you should fuck with it. But because you have it, you probably have like some OP strength. Plus, he's a dope ass, the chosen Jedi also. So he has natural like born strength untapped, and then he's added on to the dark shit. Plus, we only know Vader as a 40-year-old man, 45-year-old man. Like, we don't know if he gets fucked up at the end of this like storyline, and he's been fucked up, and then he meets Obi later. That's why he's like, last time I met you, I was you were the master. Now I'm the fucking. So maybe he gets fucked up. Me and Chris were talking about the CG. We're talking about like,
is there another battle coming up?
I think so, because how does he not remember? Like, you know what I'm saying, or like. You know what I'm saying? Like, how does he forget all this shit?
How is Obi-Wan surprised he is alive?
I think he thinks he kills him. Like, some shit he has to do, like, that he thinks he probably defeated him, and he gets fucked up and loses, like, and they kind of, like, bring him back. This is all, like, speculation, of course. But I was talking about this, like, a week ago. Before all these episodes, we were talking about, like, he has to, like, forget somehow. Because how does he not remember none of this shit?
Right, we got one episode left, so maybe some of that shit.
Because what does he say to him when he sees him? He's like, Obi-Wan, last time we met, I was the Padawan, and you were the master. Now, or some shit, and he's like, Darth, I've grown stronger than ever. And he turns it off, and he fucking gets sliced. So I think Liam Neeson's gonna come in episode 6 and do like a ghost cameo, nigga. Like, he's gonna finally talk to Qui-Gon because Yoda told him, I'm gonna teach you the last thing, your last training, to talk to your master. But obviously, he's been like depressed, and he hasn't got like tuned in. So I think he's gonna finally contact. I don't know, man. We could be completely wrong. Just like Marvel, we're like, oh, this is gonna happen, and then we're completely wrong. So I don't know. I don't know what to expect.
Hopefully, they have something good. Yeah, hopefully they got something good up their sleeve.
I mean, whatever we get, it's gonna be good, bro. Even with the little things that we complain, like people gotta stop. Like we were talking about the other day, just enjoy it as it is and like take it in, bro. Like we had how many Batmans, and we were like, now we can say they were whack, but you and I were all at the theater with fucking Jim Carrey and Arnold Schwarzenegger and Tommy Lee Jones were there. We were buying the Taco Bell cups. We were at the theater, and then 10 years later, like, yeah, the movie's not that good, but we were there opening day.
For sure. I mean?
So I like keep giving them to me. Like we've had fuck ups and we have good ones. Keep making more. Like I'm not worried.
I'm happy, bro. I'm glad.
I love it. We haven't had this. We haven't had none of this shit. We finally see Anakin slice a fucking kid with a lightsaber. Like the show is like scenes. Like what? Like.
But if we want to make fun, there's a little bit of things to make fun of. Like sometimes you look at the budget goes through a little bit. Like you realize, dude, this is not, they kind of hit it. I think from us, it through I didn't notice a lot of cheesy stuff in Mandalorian, and then like you saw a little of it in Boba Fett, and I think now like more of the budget starts to show. You know,
because I
that
think they're
it's not a
going
movie.
bigger scale. I think they're going bigger than Mando. Mando's starting a little bit cool, but I think with like the other ones are doing like more cameos, more big ass shit. So they're using most of the money on this, and like it just could be like just like bad shot that day. You feel me? Like we
Well,
were talking
you
about
had to
that.
pay you had to pay McGregor this time,
Yeah, exactly.
right? They didn't have to pay nobody like that before.
Conor McGregor's and Obi-Wan.
Conor McGregor, dude, he gets fucking Vader in a chokehold, dude, rear naked choke, dude.
Swear to God.
Swear to God,
man,
dude.
No, man.
Yeah, bro. You didn't see that in the
Like,
deleted scenes?
Who the fuck is this guy?
Who the fuck is this guy?
Get some proper whiskey.
I gotta apologize to absolutely no one.
You know,
no,
like,
bro.
Like
you and McGregor.
I was telling because I'm the type of dude that like I'm a nerd, so I like them also, but I also watch like the Flash CW, Legends of Tomorrow, and I know what to expect. Like I know it's a CW show. I know there's no blood. I know there's no cursing. I know it's not like so. I know there's gonna be cheesy music sometimes, cheesy like corny scenes, but just like if you're like expecting it, it doesn't fuck it up the experience. You can be gonna enjoy that shit, and that's what I take. Like I'm so excited because I'm like the idiot that be like. They said, "Oh, in Gotham today." I'm like, "Oh, you heard that in the Flash show?" They said Gotham. Gotham is like I get excited for stupid little Easter eggs like that. Like oh, they said Bruce Wayne on the TV. Like I'm in it. I'm in it. Like I'm keep bringing more. Like make more shows. I like Kamala Khan's Miss Marvel. I like Obi-Wan. I like bring them on. Like they're gonna have their little shits, but people nitpick too much, man. I think like Ethan Hawke said, like before you and I didn't have Rotten Tomatoes or opening box weekend sales. Like I didn't care about none of that shit. I would go watch Monster Squad and go watch a fucking like Goodfellas. It didn't matter the type of movie. You go watch fucking Charlie the Chocolate Factory and go watch like a great movie, like whatever. We didn't have influence by Rotten Tomatoes, by opening weekend sales. Like that shit was not even. We didn't even know that was a factor.
100%, bro. But let's count down the 5 best and 5 worst moments of this series.
Of this series,
Obi-Wan. So easy. I think easy one is seeing Vader, full fucking power in holding the ship and fighting this chick, right? That was pretty dope, right? Yeah. Probably one of the top things in the whole series. What else would you say is like one of the better?
Another scene that I liked was just showing the temple, like the day of the order, when they placed the order, just showing like we see like a snippet of a flash, but like seeing Anakin walk through the halls and like the younglings running and trying to hide from the hallways and the way like some Jedis are helping and getting killed, like getting overran, like that's dope to see. Like, we've seen it in Clone Wars, the animated show. I don't know if you guys follow that. Like you gotta watch
a little bit. You watch all that shit? The Clone Wars?
I have them. I got to see the 6 and I never watched the last 2, but I want to. But I just like there's so many and I got into so many other shit. But like it's a great show because I didn't know, but like I started watching it after I saw Solo and I saw Darth Maul. I'm like, what? He's dead. And they're like, nah. And fucking in the animated show, they show his whole story arc. And I'm like, God, he has a badass story. And I'm like, damn. Oh, yeah. Him and Obi-Wan are like super rivals to the end, bro. And then like, he finds him at the end, like in Tatooine, old man, and Obi gets it again, like gangster.
Did you do a Bad Batch? Did you watch that one?
I started it, that's the only one. Like, it started great. It was cool seeing the other side of Order 60, but then I don't know. It didn't carry me, and I kind of stopped. Like
you were about to say Order 69, dude. I think.
Yeah, it was.
You know what? I felt the same way. I watched the first couple episodes with my kid here. He watched them all, and then the other day he was like, "Oh, I don't remember how this ended," and he put the last 3, and we saw the last 3 in succession. And it was pretty dope, dude.
No, it started in.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, your mic's going in and out.
Yeah.
No, I liked it all. Like it just like I don't know. Like by the time I got to like 7, like they had a lot of like I don't know, slowed down. It was like a longer show. I think if it was shorter, I would have like got more into it. But they spoiled us with these like 6, 7 really good episodes, but this one's like 15 to 20, and it's like like it's too long. Like you already spoiled me with some like
Yeah, I think it's 15, but they're not that long, dude. They're like, well, I don't know. Obi-Wans are not that long either, right? They're like 30 minutes. I heard there might be a part 2 to this shit.
My friend and I were talking before it started. He was like, "Yo, this is a limited series." He's like, "We're already like episode 2." He's like, "I hope they don't like just do 6 and that's it." I'm like, I don't think so. I think they were planning it, but I think just like Moon Knight, popularity is just doing well. They're like, "Fuck it, bring another one." They should, man. They got mad years to cover.
Yeah, look, I know we're happy that they're Star Wars, but do you think this show is necessary, really, in the grand scheme of Star Wars stuff?
I don't know, but in a sense, yes, because the OG fans are like, "Yo, you know, what's up with like we never got this. Like, what the fuck was he doing this whole time?" And
you know what my beef is, dude? If I'm gonna be a little bitch about it, you know, and complain, which I'm happy that there's shows, but what I've been finding, I was talking to Chris about this the other day. What I've been finding with Star Wars now and these new shows that they do in the new movies, they become like a prisoner to like, we have to tie it in. Oh, this guy has to be so and so's granddaughter or somebody's cousin or somebody's, or you know, remember the little dice hanging in the Millennium Falcon? We got it like
Solo. But you know what? Dude, I don't know if you heard, Taika Waititi just got signed on to do his own Star Wars movie, and he said he's gonna do like all new, like in this galaxy, but like new shit, like a new story, like new characters, new everything, just for the whole like universe.
Yeah, so that'd be cool. Like if they do shit that doesn't tie into anything, but it has the same feel. Like you go out on the Outer Rim and they tell you a story about that shit, you know.
But you know, I don't need it all to tie in. I think they've done that multiple times with video games and years that's tried to done it, and it does. Some of them hit, but like the fans be like, "What the fuck?" Like since it's not OG characters, they don't like. So it's been like a hit or miss. They've done stories that are not, and they're like new characters. People are like, "Wow, what the fuck? Where's Luke? Where's Han?" I don't want to see another Wookiee, another droid. Like, and sometimes you know you get that. That's the problem. Like, there's gonna have to be like, what the fuck? There's nothing from the OG. Like, where's Palpatine? Where's this? Where's the Order? Like, and then some people will be like, "Yo, like, change it up. Bring me something new." So it's hard. It's hard to please everybody.
But think about these 5. Well, they're really 4, but you had Mando 1, 2, Book of Boba Fett. That ended up kind of being like a Mando thing. The Bad Batch, and you may not want to count that as animated. And then Obi-Wan. We still got 1 episode left. But if you were to rank those 5, like what's your favorite one out of all those, and what's your least favorite?
Mando, because it brought more original shit. And I think
that's what I'm saying, dog.
Right, but I think because they did that, but with the other ones, they're like, look, Mando worked. Let's try to use it like to fill in, but you know. And I think that's why Mando's success, and they were already planning it. Fuck Mando's success. They already had all this going. Look, they already have Ahsoka show. They have that other Andor. So they were planning this 5 years ago. They already like 10 years ahead of us already. They're already planning the next.
I like that Mando was like, all right, all these guys are kind of new. When they brought Luke in, you know, a lot of people got excited for that. I didn't even really need that, you know. That was a cool thing for some people. If they wouldn't have done that, whatever. The series, I loved it. It was good. I don't know about that.
That Yoda, the baby Yoda, is what tied you in, and with that, you had to bring in a Jedi. So it's like, and they used Mando. Look how great they used an original story, and that's what they planned to catch you. And they tied it with that little Yoda, and that brings in the Jedi, and that's easily bring in Boba, and that's how they did it. Like they reeled us in, and it's working, man. They're gonna hit or miss. They're gonna have their Captain Marvels, their Thor, Dark Worlds, their fucking Eternals, but then they're gonna have the ones we want, like.
What is I wonder in the timeline while this Obi-Wan thing's going on, what is any of that Mando Book of Boba Fett shit going on at the same time?
No. Remember, Boba Fett is after Return of the Jedi. Luke's an old kid. Right now, Luke's a baby.
So also that's what Mando is.
Jabba's dead because of Luke. So in Boba Fett and Mando, it's after Luke's a grown up.
All right.
It's after the Empire, after Darth Vader dies, that's when Mando starts with the Book of Boba Fett. Boba Fett was in a Sarlacc pit. He came out.
Both of those are after New Hope.
Yes. This is prequel shit. This is right after the Revenge of the Sith, right when he turned, like 10 years after him. That's why he's OP too. That's why Darth Vader is dope. He's still young, prime Darth Vader, like Iron Mike in the beginning. You feel me? Not Holyfield, Iron Mike. You feel me? We met Iron Man at Holyfield when he was still like, come on, we can take the Emperor, me and you, son. Like, let's fucking. He was already trying to like switch up this shit.
Also, the scene where they flash back to Obi-Wan and Anakin fighting. I don't know if you needed that one.
I read that they added that to remember when he was like, oh, you're always jealous of me. He's like, Anakin. I think they were just trying to show that how like he always felt like this motherfucker was like not trying to give him his credit. I was reading that's why they put that scene. But you know what? G shit, I can't agree because when it started, that was like off the rip. That's what got me. I'm like, hell yeah, like old shit.
Yeah, he looked a little bit old. Like Anakin had aged a lot.
You could tell him. You could tell. He looked hungover and shit.
Some of the funny shit, dude. The chase scene, we talk about it. The little Leia around.
See, I think what happens with that, Randy, because I've noticed with these shows with Disney, they've had different directors depending on different episodes and different like people working on each episode, even though it's overlooked by the grand scheme. But because of that, I think it's some things, certain scenes fall back to photographer, the director of photography, or the shooter of that scene that day. Like we were talking about the Leia scene, great concept, her getting kidnapped, cool, but they shot it so horribly that it looked corny because the girls behind her. If they would have just shot both separate shots and made it look faster paced, when they do movies like running fast, like that's all they had to do. But I think that falls back on the directors and with these shows, they've been having different people directing different episodes. You feel me? And different so I think that's where some of that falls into play. Is like I think it's like because of all the multiple big heads directing this shit, it's working good. But that's when all these little things fall in because it's not one person overlooking it all. It's like a whole bunch of people like. I don't know.
I feel you, bro. Jonas, when did this guy get a contract with Disney, bro? He's like really like defending them, dude.
Yeah, actually, I didn't even know that they did that though. But that doesn't seem like a good idea, no? Because then like the
it is. You know why?
One person's vision is not. Everybody doesn't have the same vision.
No, because it worked for Mando. It's worked. I just told you. You just know. But look, it has worked. It's
worked on other shows, yeah.
Look, Bryce Dallas Howard
outside of Star Wars, it's worked.
Yeah, you know what they're doing now with Marvel, with Jon Favreau and all these dudes are doing what big directors didn't do before. Like you never saw back in the day, Spielberg, Martin Scorsese, and fucking James Cameron working on a movie together. Now you have Jon Favreau, Taika Waititi with a big director, and three dudes on one film. They're just having fun. They're like, "Yo, Disney sign checks, bro. Let's just do it. If we trust each other, it's like what rappers are doing. They were getting together and making songs like." Khaled's getting 100 rappers. They got 20 different niggas on one song, and it's working because they're selling it. You feel me? And I think that's what they're doing. That's why all these actors from Marvel are hopping all over Disney and Marvel movies.
Dog, that scene, what they had to do. I'm not a fucking filmmaker or director or anything, but like obviously they didn't do it right. Like show the girl running, and maybe you just show their feet behind them, or something, or like you said, speed it up a little bit. Cut scenes, jump scenes. You can make the shit, with small pictures. You can make the shit look good.
Hold on, give me 1 second.
Yeah, they gotta get you on the show, Randy. You gotta be one of the many directors.
Oh yeah. To episode 5, dude.
You cut off for a little. I think you're back now.
Yeah. No, my internet tonight is it's being directed by Disney.
You said that worked on other episodes, on other things outside of Disney. Like what?
Yep.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Gio. Like Game of Thrones, sometimes different people directed different episodes too, right?
Right. No, I mean yes, but don't get me wrong. That's happened before. This is not nothing new.
Yeah, it's nothing new. Yeah.
These big all-stars working together, like. Yeah, all these shows have different people, but we don't know who the fuck they are. But right now, you look at the credits of Mando, like Bryce Dallas Howard directed one, Taika Waititi directed, Jon Favreau, fucking Ron Howard. You're like, God damn, these big ass niggas that usually like have money to do their own fucking projects are all like, dog, Disney is signing the checks. We know it's working. Let's just put all of our fucking dopeness together. And it's working. It's working, but you're gonna have that, man. When you go this long and you're so good, people are gonna hate it. And then also, you're not gonna say super consistent. It's hard. Like
I'm not hating, bro. I want to be clear.
No, none of us are. But I hate the same scenes that you hate. Me too. Like that's what I'm saying. I'm just like giving my reasoning behind it. Like what it's all internal. I feel like the fans have to do what I do. It's just like, come on, don't let that fuck up something. Like you have to like
right. Don't let that not let you enjoy it.
But you and I don't do that, but other people do. Like they'll ruin the whole. Like my stepson, sometimes he's like, yeah, he stopped watching. Like he stopped watching Boba Fett after this Vespa scene, but then he came back and saw all this shit. I'm like, Steve, this dope as shit. Like you can't just quit. Like
you know what, man? I'm embarrassed to say that when I saw that, since I was watching it with my little kids, it didn't really like bother me that much, and I didn't even really like. I didn't read a lot of the online shit for it. That like then I heard so many people mention it to me. And then I was like, oh, shit, let me go back and watch it. And, yes, it looks pretty ridiculous that they're in rainbow-colored, fucking brand-new, shiny Vespas.
Not even the colors. It's the same thing as the Leia. Michael played it was just like the Leia thing. Like, it looked like they're pulling on strings, and they're like, there's no speed in it. And it looked like
why would they be in brand-new, shiny? Like, they just went to the fucking Vespa dealership, you know? Like, their shit should be weathered and fucked up, right?
True, but they were like droid repair guys that get their own.
I like those guys, you know. They were like cyborg shit. It's interesting. I thought it was interesting, you know. But you know, people hated.
I think they were trying to attract the younger generation. That's why they were doing it. But they weren't bad until that scene. And after that scene, then the guy did the spinning shot. I was like, in the middle of battle, this guy spins and does like a fucking shot.
Well, you know, Vader one time. You remember that when he meets Vader and he in the middle of that fight.
Hold on, you cut. I couldn't hear you. What you say? Who did that? Hey, can you hear him?
No, he cut off for a little bit.
Homestead.
Am I here?
Back. Yeah, you're back now.
You got to check your backyard. You got crop signals in your backyard, man.
Nah, I got Disney's on the fucking behind the bushes over there. Mickey Mouse is over there.
What were you saying when Darth Vader what?
When Obi-Wan meets Vader as an old man in A New Hope, and they're doing their lightsaber battle, in one of those, like he does a spin move for no fucking reason, you know, in the middle of the fight.
Oh yeah, and
like,
he doesn't even
like a slow ass spin, you know. So like, I guess some of the shit you think, man, are they doing callbacks to old shit, you know? But like, who would have thought a fire would have stopped Vader, dude? For like, he's been searching the galaxy for this guy, and they're like.
But then Chris had a good point the other day. We were talking. He's like, even in the old movies, he's like, fuck it. He lets it go like on purpose, kind of like the young one. He knew, he's like, look, I already know. She was like, fuck it, I'm gonna let him. It's like, it's kind of like when they were interviewing Obi-Wan. He's like, you know, when I talk, like I know it's slow, but like that's how the old actors talk. So I try to like mimic that now. Like it's not your standard. He shouldn't be talking like that, but he does talk like super like robotic, like. I guess they do look at old footage. They try to like mimic, and Vader was, I don't know. It's hard, man. It's hard. Like I always understand all the complaints, but I try not to like. I'm always optimistic. I'm like the devil's advocate. I'm like, well, maybe, you know. I'm always like, I don't know.
Not the other day. The other day at your house, we were fucking cracking up at this shit.
Oh my god!
Especially the fire, bro. We're like, come on, dude.
Well, because I knew you were like me. Like I know we both like the show. We just had that complaint, so like it's I don't have to like defend it, but like, when people are like, "Yo, the show's like, come on, man!" Like, but I knew you liked the show, so it's easy to. But I hate the people like fucking horrible. No, it's corny, so I can't watch it. Like, come on, man, you're bothered that bad by it? Like, take the information, man. Take the info, and it's cool to see it on screen, man. Like, hell yeah, I enjoy it.
The one other weird thing I noticed about this last episode was when all those stormtroopers are coming in to the cave or whatever this place is, dude. They're like almost literally like right next to each other, like shooting, and they're like within like 4 or 5 feet. I thought, wow, this is really close quarter. Like they don't have room. What the fuck's going on here, bro?
See, but I also think they do that for paying homage to the old school, like the whole, you know, stormtroopers can't aim, they miss, so it's like they purposely add those little the same screaming sound. Just they have to pay homage. A little, you know, I don't know, like there's some things that they do that's like for the culture. You feel me? Like I think it's just like.
I think it's within the blood of Star Wars fans to complain. I think, like, even my turn 9 tomorrow. You see those?
Yo, repeat what you said. You just cut off. Like you said something 9 and you cut out. You got to repeat again. I can't hear anything.
Yeah, hold on. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I apologize. My fucking internet sucks tonight. So. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. I'm watching it with my son who turns 9 tomorrow. and he tells me, "Yo, you see the guys in the black suits, the stormtroopers in the black?" And I'm like, "Yeah, those are death troopers, right?" He's like, "No, they're not death troopers. They're I don't know if he's right or not, but this is what he told me at least. He goes, "Those are purge troopers, and they're like super elite. And at the beginning, there was 4 of them, and now there's only 1. Like, how the hell are they gonna kill all those guys, and then all these other stormtroopers are left? They should have been the last ones to die."
Right.
That's what he was saying. But maybe they got blew up on that bomb.
Now you're just being a stickler.
You know what? Like, I forgot who
That's Bruno. That wasn't me. That was Bruno.
But look, speaking of that point, all those stormtroopers that we were watching, and somebody here, I forgot who it was that was watching, either my kids or my girl. She was like, "Yo, like all these stormtroopers right here, and they're like, no one's getting shot." But and right when she said, I was like, "But look who's in the front." Obi was in the front with the lightsaber, nigga. In front of all the crowd, he was right in front of the door, going pew pew pew. He was blocking all them shits. So he was just like, it was kind of like cool to see that. I used to complain back in the day because I was like, yo, in the old movies, like they kind of do lightsaber shit. Then you watch the prequels, they're fucking flipping 100 times, flying off the planes. I'm like, what happened? They just got they don't do that no more. Like
they got old, dog.
Yeah, but
they don't do a lot of lightsaber shit. And I thought, Obi-Wan was always blasting early on in this series, always with the blasters. And then I realized, I said, it probably takes a lot of money and time to do all these lightsaber scenes. So maybe that's why he wasn't fucking pulling out. I know he didn't want to reveal himself too.
I think it's part of the story too. He's not confident. You feel me? He doesn't have his Jedi like mind straight. So like that has a big part of wielding the lightsaber. You feel me? Remember they explained
he needed some fucking Jedi Viagra, dog. Is what he needed. Bro.
No, but remember they kind of explained that with the Rey trilogy when they were like, you have to be like good with the Force to handle the lightsaber because the way it like drives you. So you gotta know how to like. So I think like. Since they've been explaining all that with the newer movies, they're tying all that back in with the old shit. Kind of like, like you said, they're patching all this shit in and filling in all the little, they explain this here. Like, it's making sense. And like I told you, like, it's cool. At first, I'm like, oh, her little Leia is kind of weird. But then I'm like, it makes sense. Because how the fuck does she know Obi? Like, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You like, maybe, her dad. But I'm like, this is even better. Like, she knows him as a person, saved him. They've been through their own little thing. So now it's like, I only trust this motherfucker. Like, it's not a story, not a name that my dad told me. It's like, I met this man. He saved my life. We have a, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool now. Like, and then you watch Rogue One. I'm like, because look, we used to complain. That's what they do. Look, we used to complain like, damn, that big ass Death Star. There's one little hole. You shoot one bullet and you can blow up the whole thing. Like, that's fucking corny. Like, horrible architect. And then we find out they made a movie and they're like, yes, the architect was a slave and he purposely made a little hole for one bullet to destroy the whole thing. And I'm like, boom, fuck your little complaint, clean that shit up. Like, I think that's what they're doing. All the little complaints over the years are trying to like tie them all in.
If I want to play devil's advocate on that one, on the other side, it's pretty crazy that Luke's flying and he's like, you know what? Fuck this high-tech computer that these people have. I'm going to turn that shit off. And the other people are like, hey, Luke, wait a second, dude. This is like a fucking really hard shot, bro. You should probably keep that computer on, dude. What are you doing? Nah, I'm just going to use my feelings, bro. I'm going to fucking try it out. No, but everybody's going to die. And that was kind of weird, too, if you think about it.
It is weird, but how did that movie start? He has a fucking blindfold on with a helmet, and he's practicing blindfold shit and be like, focus, nigga. You don't need your eyes.
Exactly.
Damn, they foreshadow it in that movie.
With the blast shoot down.
Yeah, well, just to show you, like, sometimes you don't need, just the whole Force shit. So it is dumb, but at the moment, look, we're not even caring about all that shit. But now we're like, hold on, man, what the fuck? Like, it's like technically Luke ain't the chosen one. Luke ain't the savior. It's Darth still was the actual prophecy because he's the one who killed the Emperor, threw him down before the new trilogies, obviously. So it's it's crazy.
You ever hear that thing where he's the one that's going to bring balance to the Force?
He did. I mean, until they brought the new movies. Until they made the new movies, then they had to be like, he's not dead, But
if you really think about it, the way he brought balance to the Force, there was really only one Sith, right?
Right.
The Emperor, right? And there was a shitload of Jedi, right? And he actually brought balance to the Force, meaning like there's as many good as bad by fucking killing them all, dude.
Yeah.
You ever think about that? So now when they kill all the fucking Jedis, he legit brings balance to the Force because now it's just him, the Emperor, and then it's like Obi-Wan and like, I don't know, a couple fucking, and that's how he brought balance.
True.
Because otherwise, how are you going to bring balance? He would have to bring a whole bunch of Sith I guess you could say he brought it back later.
I looked at it, the balance that I took in before the new trilogy, obviously, because none of that shit means nothing now because, obviously the Emperor's not dead. But before with Return of the Jedi, like the balance was just Vader. He turned good at the end and killed the Emperor. So he was the chosen prophecy and was going to bring balance because at the end of that movie, it was peace and the war, the Empire went down. So he killed the Emperor and Luke got the credit and shit. So, I mean, that's how I took his balance. Like, he fucking got a change of heart and threw the Emperor down the fucking top.
To see Ice Cube Jr. in there.
Oh, that's dope. I call him Crushed Ice. His dad's Ice Cube. He's Crushed Ice. Yeah, it's dope, man.
But it was cool to have him in there.
Bro. Imagine his dad's like, fuck yeah, nigga. Straight out of Compton. Bro.
How did the Inquisitor survive, bro?
I didn't know. I didn't know how to take it. I didn't know if he purposely did all that and like knew she was gonna do that and like faked this whole thing, or he just said his will for revenge is what kept him alive, and he probably just got repaired with because like my stepson was saying like, damn, everything now is the bank, the bantha tank. You get hurt, like put you in the tank, like that's like the new thing
or maybe
now.
they did some shit like those cybernetic guys. They put in a fucking cybernetic fucking stomach.
What I don't know is did he purposely like already knew he was gonna get double crossed, and he just faked his like being surprised and getting stabbed, and he like knew all that shit was gonna happen, or he just survived it because he was like pissed at her, wanted revenge, and he just like stayed alive, kind of like she did at the end.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I don't even know what the fuck that guy is. I know Reva is a dark Jedi. She's not a Sith. She's a dark Jedi. I don't know what the Inquisitor is. What the fuck is he?
I knew about Reva because just the toys. I think the Black series had her, right? Like,
yeah.
Was she?
She's a dark Jedi because she was a youngling.
Right.
Obviously, spoiler alert. All this shit was spoiler alert. Damn, we didn't even call that.
That's all right. Fuck them.
Yeah, they figured it out by now.
They're mad already. They're probably not watching no more because of the legacy.
But the dark Jedi is like a former Jedi that they turned to the dark side, but not really a Sith. But I don't know what the Inquisitor is. I don't know. He's not a Sith either, right? But they're force sensitive and shit.
In the beginning, I thought I heard like they were used to be force sensitive or something. They got like they gave their commitment to the dark side. What I thought I understood, but now I'm not sure. Like I got to go back.
Yeah, their shit is to kill
I've only
anybody,
seen each one. Right, but I thought in the beginning I heard that they used to be like either Jedis or were younglings or something, and they got like, they chose to help and like they showed their commitment to the dark side. That's what I thought they said.
Was supposedly. Well, not really, because then at the end I also thought that she was convoluted. Like, all right, her whole thing is to get revenge on Vader, but it's like I'm gonna get close to him, and then I'm gonna track down Obi.
She wanted to get all of them. She wanted Obi too, though. She wanted all the old school. So it was like a revenge for all of them. Like she hated Obi just as bad because, like, she was like, "What the fuck were you?" I didn't like her character in the beginning. Like her acting wasn't the greatest. But her story arc made me like her. Like the last episode, like I was like, "Holy shit, this is like okay." Like that's pretty cool. Like I like that better than her just being a bitter ass like bad guy sucking up to Vader. What else? You seen Doctor Strange yet? Who's that? Trained by Darth Vader himself, the Inquisitors are Sith in all but name, as there can only be 2 Dark Lords at a time. That's why they're like third sister, because there can only be 2 at a time. Like the Emperor and Darth Vader.
Power. Yeah, it's one to have the power and the other one to crave it.
Right.
It's like a cycle. No matter who the apprentice is, he's always gonna try to kill the master.
That's why the Emperor in the animes, he fucking like does Darth Maul dirty and gets rid of him because he got Anakin, and Darth Maul's like, "Yo, fuck this dude." He's like, "This nigga like just used me." He's
always looking to upgrade too. It's like he's always looking to upgrade that apprentice.
Damn.
I guess because he knows eventually this guy's gonna fucking kill me, dude. So I better get a new one, that at least for a few years he's not gonna try to kill me while I teach him some shit. It just seemed kind of like an elaborate plot to get back at Vader, and then she was easily kind of like, "Oh, okay, all right, Obi, we'll do it that way. Pretty good idea." And I kind of thought like he was gonna help her. Didn't you think he was kind of gonna help her?
I thought he had like a cool plan, but he was like, "Yo, I'm just gonna feed her to the wolves."
I'm out, yo. Thanks, yo, peace. And she just left her to die, basically, dude. He actually fucked her again. If you want to think about it that way.
Yeah, they actually showed you like with the visuals. They were like, "Yo, same exact thing." Like, you got left behind again. She's really gonna hate Obi.
Dude, and Anakin is like the original school shooter, right? In fucking Star Wars world.
Facts. Hell yeah.
Just went in there and killed a bunch of kids because he was pissed at some other shit.
What a fuck, man.
That's fucked up, dude. That was one of the saddest scenes for me in the trilogy.
So it seems like all of like the Sith people, they're all little whiny little brats, from like Kylo to Anakin to fucking. They're just like little crybabies. They're always mad.
Yo, if you watch A New Hope, Luke kind of is a little bit of a bitch, dude.
All day, like, I said that for day one.
He's always.
I didn't like Luke until just that Hoth scene in the beginning. I still didn't like him. Later on, I liked him on Return of the Jedi. He came in all black. He wasn't talking. He was waving hands. And like that's when I was like, Luke is the shit. But before
you ever wonder why he gets so powerful from one movie to another? At the end of
times in between, obviously.
Yeah, at the end of he wiped out the Sand People bum. At the end of
New Hope,
Empire Strikes Back, kind of like learning a little bit. Return of the Jedi, he walks into Jabba's palace and he's just like, fucking doing all types of shit. There was a book. I don't know if it's canon. There's a book. Look this up, Tank, for me, please. There's a book, and I want to know if it's canon. It takes place between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. The book's
you know what happens,
dope, dude.
You got the name of the book or no?
Yo, Randy, there was a lot of books that were canon before. Remember. And right before the trilogy came out, they came out and stated that now this is the only canon story. So they remember, because they were like the kids were different. It was like Han Solo's kids were like different. It was Luke, and so it was like a little. There was
two of them. Yeah.
Right.
You said between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens?
Nah, it's between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. It kind of explains how Luke became like a master. He builds his own fucking lightsaber, and he goes to some other planets. He even runs into like a Jedi, but the Jedi is really a clone.
See, those books are basically these shows that we're getting. Those books that you like, you loved it because there was this shit that you didn't know, and you just wanted to know where had he been this whole time? Like, how did he get this, that? And that's what these shows are. Those books that they had before. Like, that's why I like it.
That would be a cool show.
Somebody says that it's 1 year in between.
But is there a book that it may be in the Legends category because they killed it off canon probably?
Yeah, that's what it was. There was a lot of shit that was canon before. I remember Ralph used to tell me back in the day, and then I remember like a lot of those people were mad because they just automatically just like canceled it and be like, nah, this is the new, and they were pissed with the new Rey shit.
Yeah, there was some shit called Shadows of the Empire, I think.
Yep.
And there was two kids. I think they were twins. I think it was Jaina Solo and I don't remember the other one. But there was some good stories. You didn't find nothing on that?
I can't find like the book. There's the Thrawn trilogy, Heir to the Empire.
Yeah, is that canon? I don't know.
But
I've heard of that one.
I don't know if that's the one that you're looking for.
Nah, it's a book that kind of shows you how Luke becomes fucking full-blown Jedi after Empire Strikes Back. Anyways, doesn't matter. Another thing that I saw in the series, you know that little tunnel where they're escaping?
Heir to the Jedi? Is it that one? No, that's the one I just said. My bad.
No, you said Heir to the Empire, I think is what you said.
The tunnel that Leia's running in. And...
Yeah, Leia goes in it. It's like a Jedi escape. It's like a underground. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
What?
You're cutting up. I can't hear you. You got to repeat from, what I'm talking about.
All right. Let me know when I'm back.
You're back.
I'm back. Yeah, I think I gave that to you, Bum, one time read it.
You told me to read that. It was good. Who's that?
Yeah, the book. That's the Bum.
Who's that? Oh, the bum. What up, man?
The bum. I don't know if he's gonna join us tonight. He's a little bit under the weather. It might have been Shadow of the Empire. That's what I thought it was, dude. Honestly, but I don't know if that's it. Look that up, Tank. What is Shadow of the Empire? That they carved their names in the fucking wall in that tunnel. Like, I don't know, probably not a good idea, bro. To tag up the fucking room with Jedi names.
They actually mentioned Quinlan, and that was one of the characters that came out in the animated show. He was like some Indian
Clone
Jedi
Wars
type of dude.
Yeah.
Quinlan
Boss.
I was thinking he was gonna come out.
Nah, he wrote his name. They fucking probably found him somewhere. Oh, Quinlan, let's go get him, dude. That's who he is. I thought that was a bad idea.
Yeah,
what else?
This book is set between those times, between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. Let me see if it's.
You know what I heard that my show was telling me. We read Carrie Fisher had a pet fish growing up, and her name was Lola. That's why they named that little droid Lola. That's pretty cool. I thought that was like, yo, that's love.
That's a nice little nugget.
That little girl has like, I love how they probably either coached her to act just like her character is very good at, like the Leia, like fucking witty, sassy, like know it all,
independent.
Like, yeah, it's cool. That's the kind of shit. Like, it's cool, like how they do that. Like, I'm happy with just that kind of shit.
It was excluded from canon in the post Disney universe.
Do they have a little like short description of it?
Yo, my bad. Hold on.
Take your time.
Let me see if I can.
Just to see if it's the same way I remember. What I remember is basically Luke building his lightsaber and like doing some training on his own. He goes on a couple of adventures. And for me, like, he ran into another Jedi and it was like, holy shit, I never heard of any other fucking Jedi.
It says the heroes lead an attempt to liberate Han from the bounty hunter.
Right.
They were outgunned.
Yeah.
And then it says that Luke creates a new lightsaber.
Yeah. Because he loses it at the end of the movie, right? At the end of part 2. Let me bring on another old fucking Jedi here. Bomb! What up, dude?
What's going on?
How you feeling, bro?
I'm okay, man.
You sound great.
Really? I wouldn't go that far.
I don't know about. We can hear him.
Yes. What's happening, Gio?
You're
muted,
buddy.
You're
muted, Gio. Still, you're still muted.
Sorry, my dog would bark. I had to make sure it was going. I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
I'm good, man.
The bum's dogs are barking right now.
Yeah. So, what do you think, man? How you feel about that Obi-Wan so far? You're like, you're in it. You're not a fan, or?
I'll tell you, I've been stalking it because I haven't watched any of them.
Damn,
but I've seen some scenes. No, not that way. I've been looking at pieces of it, and it looks better than some of the other stuff that I've seen. Believe it or not.
I think that's actually a luxury because I kind of like knowing when people start like complaining about something. So I'm already not expecting nothing. So when I go, you probably enjoy it even better because you're like, it's not that bad. Like that happened with Morbius. Everyone shit on that movie so bad that I was like expecting the shittiest movie, and I'm like, it wasn't horrible. I'm like, it wasn't the greatest movie, but I'm like, I had like worse expectations. So it might help you out. Like the show might be not too bad when you watch it.
See, I know you guys were saying that you like the new stuff better, but I kind of like the tie-in to the old stuff better. That's just me.
I agree.
So when I see like the Darth Vader and the Stormtroopers and all that, that's kind of better for me than some of the other stuff that goes like in other directions that I don't care for,
We got to warn you, the bum pulled the parachute probably at Force Awakens, I think, if we're being honest, right, bum?
I was really beaten up by it. No, I've seen all the movies.
No, I know. I'm talking about your heart.
My heart was stabbed big time by the end of all the, the big feature film movies. Even though I did like Rogue One. Rogue
One was one of the dopest new ones. Like that was.
But again, another story with a lot of original characters and not a whole lot of tie-in. I think that's when they're at their best.
I think that's
when they're not prisoner to tie-ins.
But
no, the key is a mixture of just a little bit of both. Like I think J.J. Abrams hit that with the way he filmed the thing. He didn't use full CGI and like he did half puppeteer shit. so it still kept it looking like the original. Because the old trilogies look like fucking higher tech and newer than the originals. I'm like,
yeah, but going back to what I said, the tie-in to the old is big for me because you know what? To me, the dopest scene in freaking Rogue One is when Vader goes through there and starts wiping everybody out.
I almost cried. I was like.
And to me, that's the thing I always wanted to see. I wanted to see Darth Vader kick ass
in his prime.
Right.
Watch episode 5 of Obi-Wan, bro.
Exactly. And I've seen enough of Obi-Wan that I see more of that, which to me is cooler than I know you guys are gonna freak out, but Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett and all that. I kind of like the Darth Vader kicking ass thing. You know,
for sure. I like that. I like seeing him for sure all day. But the only reason I like the Mando ones just because it was new. It was something new to the thing, but it kept it connected. And I think that's the key. Like what Ghostbusters Afterlife did, they did enough connecting it to the old with new shit, and it worked. The new Scream did the same thing. I think when you go too much to the new characters, the old fans are like, "Yo, what the fuck?" Like I need something from the back in the days. And then when you do too much connected, like it's like like. We need something new. So it's like you need that even mixture, which I think they're starting to do a little bit. Like enough tie-ins, but also try to go new places.
Yeah. It's safe to say, Bum, you were disappointed with Kylo Ren.
Big time, dude.
All right.
I'm not a fan either.
Like a girlish wannabe Darth Vader. I don't know
like a Disney Darth Vader.
Like a little raging fucking,
like a little prepubescent,
like a little millennial rage.
But Gen Z, bro, don't disrespect.
In playing devil's advocate, like I agree with y'all. He was like not the greatest, but
bro, this guy got a job as a lawyer for Disney, dog.
Yeah, defendant.
No, Anakin's was like a pussy also. Like he was such a little bratty little fucking. But
he just came off the Amber Heard case, and he's just picked up.
But we got
Disney
to see more through the Clone Wars. We got to see dope Anakin shit because we got to see so many times that he's just gangster shit. That's why, like, they only gave.
By the way, two things that one of the things that I read about the Obi thing. You know why they kept showing those old battles? Because supposedly they tied it to like what happened to him, where Obi-Wan outsmarted him at the end again.
That's why you were jealous of me. You were jealous of me.
Exactly.
What happened is they gave Hayden Christensen a job, and they had to show him without. You know, he's in the fucking Vader suit a lot of the time.
Yes.
I think they had to show his fucking face.
No, but I like that they added that because it was good. It showed you like what the Bum said. It's kind of like showing you like he was so pissed that he was wrong, but he was mad that Obi didn't accept the defeat, and he like showed him like this, and he's like, "You just jealous. You don't want me to like, you always like been a hater."
Right.
Like,
but also that Obi beat him. He took his life when he didn't have a weapon. He took his lightsaber away, right? And actually beat him. And it's kind of that feeling when he sees the fake ship, the other ship leaving. He goes, "Damn, this motherfucker outsmarted me again."
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's that whole
back to that. What's that?
Back to what? Back
you
to
said
Wi-Fi,
something.
bro.
I think he's frozen.
You need to get back to Wi-Fi, bro.
Yeah, he's out of this world. The galaxy far, far away.
You need to get young buck internet. You got old gold internet. Oh shit, he got the moves.
What I was saying is, back to the tie-ins and original shit. There is a balance to do. If you're asking me what I prefer, nobody is, but I'm telling you, I rather more original, tell a good story, and then do a little tie-in here and there, but don't make it like it almost seems like they write this shit first. Like, all right, guys, how are we gonna tie this in?
Yes.
And then they write something around tying it in, rather than give me a good ass story. Yo, where can we throw a tie-in? Throw these people a bone with the tie-in. You know what I'm saying? Like it feels like that sometimes. Again, I'm gonna watch every fucking thing they put out, regardless. But I'm just saying, that's why I like Mando. That's why I like Rogue One.
But then if they don't do that, do you complain like, bro, this doesn't even tie in?
There's the other half. The other half, because they've been doing, like I was telling you, video games. They've done like different stories that are nothing with, but all Jedi shit. and say shit. They did the Rebel show, and like, but then eventually you have to tie it in because you're gonna have motherfuckers complain that there's no like nothing. Like it's hard. Look, it's hard.
Dude, just to bring in some anime in here, they do that in Dragon Ball Z where they make shit that's not canon, and then everybody shits on it because it's not canon, and then.
But is it good?
Eventually,
is it good?
Yeah, but some of the shit is like why? Like for example, Broly, the first non-canon Broly, he becomes super powerful because Goku is a crybaby as a baby, and they're like in the nursery right next to each other, and Goku cries a lot, so Broly doesn't like that, so he gets. It's like so stupid, like the reason why he's so strong.
That's the point I'm making, though. Like, to me, it all ends and starts with, is it good? Okay, then fuck, if it ties in too much. It's got to be good.
Later on, they made it canon, but they revamped the whole thing. So he's a whole new character.
I think, unfortunately, what really happens, what it is? Ultimately, at the end, no matter how dope, you're doing new shit, business also. So half the time, they have to do certain things because they know what sells, marketing and shit. So, like, they also do that. They focus on that. There's also Disney has a little power. Like, hold on, motherfucker. Like, yeah, free, but make sure you do this type of shit. So I think that
we got to sell that Black Series, bro.
I think that comes into play sometimes, and like they're forced to do like, yeah, this is a part of the deal. Like, you have to do at least this, for you to do that. And I think that kind of hurts sometimes to have full like however you want, like because it's true, man. Like,
you were that book that you were talking about. Yeah, you told. I think you lent me that book, and it was really good because it explained a lot of shit that you never knew from the movies, like the whole fact that Vader has to always think really bad, horrible thoughts to keep his power levels up. If not, he starts feeling all of his damage, and he goes nuts. And it talks about the what is that? The tank that he lived, that he goes in with that liquid, way before any of the movies show that shit.
Dude, don't you think that they could go into that story and clean it up and recanonize it for whatever? I don't remember what things it has in it that don't tie in.
But then you know what happens? But then look how ironic. You just contradicted yourself. You're like, you want some shit canon from before, and then you're just saying, I want new shit. So there you go. Like, that's what happens.
But what I'm saying,
some people want to see that.
Yes, I'm talking for those people. They could clean it up for those people. But also that book, if you remember, I'm flipping it on you. If you remember, there was a lot of new characters too. Do you remember like the clone Jedi that he meets and shit?
And there was like one of the main adversaries was this green guy, Prince Caesar.
Caesars.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah. It's like a green guy or something.
Caesar brothers. Yeah. It was dope, dude.
That story was great.
But imagine, Randy, if they do just own the original new shit, imagine we would have never had no more anything about Boba Fett. He would have died right there. We would have seen 5 minutes of him screen time. But niggas want to know more about Boba Fett. That's why these shows come out. Because imagine, that's it. It would have been done forever. Like, no more Boba Fett ever.
I think the Boba Fett, for years, people wanted to know what happened. Did he get out?
And but that's why the show came.
Hell yeah. But I don't think there was that much demand for this one, if we're being honest. Not too many people were like, damn, what did Obi-Wan do all these years? We probably kind of thought he was just a hermit.
I don't agree with that. Like, I was one of the ones like, yo, they should show what the fuck Obi was doing. I want to see what the fuck Yoda was doing. How long it took him to go crazy? Like, was he always there? Like, he was dope. He must have been there how long? Did he deal with any of that, like, trooper? Now I'm thinking, like, yo, is there any stormtroopers going after him? Like, what was he doing? Did he just sleep in the cave and chill?
People wanted more Vader is what they want to see.
Now they're going to want it more now. Now they're going to be like, this spin out. Like, now, that's what I'm saying. It's going to be hard to not keep old shit because we want to see more, dog. Like, I'm not going to complain. I'm going to complain once it come out. I'm going to be like complaining, but I'm not going to complain to keep bringing more and more. More other fucking.
More. I don't want to say it. Man of action figure.
Hell yeah.
Anytime he pops up in any movie, people start. So check out Man of Action figure.
And that's why you want to keep old shit. That's why you don't want new shit. You want to keep selling all that shit and going up.
I feel you.
I don't know. I take it all, man. I'm so open now that like I used to be like super picky, and now I'm like whatever. Even if it's bad, I'll watch it like 4 more times and make sure it's bad. Like, and I'll support. I'll even buy it. Like,
no, you've always been open in the back, dude.
Yeah.
He says that so calmly too. He just drops that.
Damn, like a banta.
Deadpan delivery.
Like
yes. I was like, strike down the middle.
You said the sand people in the chat. You can't really say that anymore.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is it the Tuscan Raiders?
Yeah.
Tuscan Raiders. Sorry.
Come on, bro.
People, damn.
That's a derogatory term, dude.
Yeah.
Don't cry. It's a sign of the times.
I even killed the children.
I hate the sand. Hey, how about all those prequel haters, dude? Like as the new movies came out and shows, like prequel haters, they're not around no more, dude.
And now they're not that whack when you watch it all in one thing. I'm like, okay, it's cool. Now with all the other shit and info, it's like you need to. It's like I wasn't a super huge fan of Captain America: First Avenger. It's kind of like slow, but now that movie's so doper. Now with seeing his whole story arc, Endgame, now First Avenger, so raw. Like same thing I think with all these movies. Like,
but
they don't mean shit.
But of course, it was the bad new movies that made the prequels better for me.
The bar got lowered. Yeah. Another thing I didn't realize or I didn't know, I think I know a lot about Star Wars sometimes, and then sometimes I realize I don't know that much. Like I didn't realize that nobody was supposed to know that Anakin was Vader. I thought like, okay, everybody knows he got fucked up and they took him in and it's like a big secret.
Only Obi knows, and then the people close because no one was there, dog. They were like in a lava.
Like no fucking troopers. Like, yo, bro, we brought him in, dude. He was fucked up. They took him in, bro. They fucking put legs. You see that motherfucker? That's fucking Anakin, dude. There's no conspiracy theories floating around the galaxy, dude. They probably killed everybody.
Yeah, there probably is, but they can read their minds and thoughts. You're like, nope, you're dead. Like,
it's like fucking Castro, dude.
That was the early JFK conspiracy.
That was a surprise to me. Like, nobody knows. And I was like, really?
Yeah, that's like the riot at Capitol Hill. It's like the same shit. Nobody knows nothing.
Hey, listen, man. I'll say this about the riot in Capitol Hill. Okay, look, the economy's going to shit. The economy's going to shit right now. We don't. But thank God that they're getting to the bottom of fuck.
Oh, they're cutting them.
The government, dude.
The government's
cutting you off. He said, "Thank God Obi-Wan has another episode." That's what he's saying.
Yeah. Look at that.
Man.
The next episode, they're gonna be storming the Death Star.
Man.
I'm just saying, thank God they're getting to the bottom of January 6th.
But how long is it gonna take to get to the bottom, though? It seems like years and years.
And
that's
it's probably gonna take. It's gonna take until the election. Yeah.
No, and then when
the presidential election comes on.
But look, then when they get to the bottom of it, they finally find out all the people that are blamed. Then they got to go to trial, and then it's like another 4 years for them to go to trial, find out how they all get convicted. It's like to be out here chilling, living their best life.
It's like COVID, dude. COVID, they're trying to find out the origins, and I don't know where the fuck I have it in my notes, but I saw that they finally got to the bottom of some pandemic from like 80 years ago or some shit. You got anybody heard about this shit?
Man, no. It's hard. Like I stopped, man. I was just like,
I dropped out of the whole COVID game. Do you guys know a lot of people that are sick right now?
I had a couple of people getting sick with flu, like in my house, my daughter, my girl, and then my mother-in-law. But I was having this conversation with my cousin. I'm like, what people forgot to realize, like, we've been quarantined and wearing masks like 3 years. Our immune system was like kind of restricted, so we haven't been exposed to so much. Just like kind of you stop drinking for like a couple months, you start drinking, you're gonna get fucked up. So I think our body's just getting used to being back out there, and we're getting, used to having the germs that we were used to like interacting with. But we've been masked up. Motherfuckers weren't coughing. Nobody was getting sick for a long time, like very little. So I think now that everything's like no mask, everything's back open, like our bodies are starting to get back into, the cycle again. So we're gonna get sick to get it back in our system. But I think that's what people are forgetting.
I was telling the GOAT, this is the first time I've been sick since 2019.
Yeah, Because it was scary. You sneeze, you're like, shit, no, I'm good. I was just like, it was like you were super careful. Everyone was like, so I think that's what affected us, and people are forgetting, like, yo, our immune systems are not as strong as they were. And it's just like this is part of the process. Your body has to get sick, fight it off, and build the immunity. So like, it's gonna happen. Like, we forget that we can be sick. Like, we used to get colds and flus and grippe, like it's a normal thing. But
that's how you get immunity, dude. You gotta get sick.
And now it's like weird if you get sick. You're like, yo, you got sick. Like, yo, you got like, you can't get sick no more. And I'm like, yo, it was okay to get sick back in the day. Like, you get sick, you get over it. But like now it's like, whoa, he's sick. You sure you don't got nothing? Like, get tested. Like,
everything's COVID.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's scary.
I just fucking found out about the fucking origins, and I was like, God damn, I hope it doesn't. The origins of this. How about that?
It'll take us 80 years.
Is it a Google? Wow, that's what they're saying.
The Google.
Oh, here we go. I found it. I'll tell you that one in a minute. So scientists say they discovered where the Black Death originated, Central Asia in modern day Kyrgyzstan. It's a breakthrough that helps us better understand the causes of the deadliest pandemic on record, which killed up to 60% of the European population between 1346 and 1353. So not 80 years. It's like fucking 800 years.
That was the bubonic plague.
They call it Black Death. Is that the same shit?
Yeah,
that's why I was asking.
So.
I think it's the
I know
same
there's a big.
That's why I'm asking. I'm not sure.
So if we use the same timeline, they say by the year 2700, we'll figure out the origins of COVID.
There you go.
Yeah. The Google thing I was saying, the Google engineer who said that fucking AI they had was sentient, that had a consciousness.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw that.
I don't know if you guys heard that. So my cousin was telling me, but I didn't read it myself. But I mean, I did read the article about the like a farm, like an egg farm, like a chicken farm burning down. There's been 19 different farms throughout the country burning down the last like 2 months. And then there's also some new synthetic, like, I guess, crops or food that's being kind of like trying to be promoted out there. So it's like coincidentally, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit's happening. It's crazy because the new Jurassic World came out, and that's kind of like the concept. Like they have crop problems, and then they made a new crop that's synthetic, and like the crops are being eaten, and they're scarce except for the ones that are by this company. So it's kind of like, movies be doing shit kind of like to pinpoint on the stuff going on in current events. So like, it's crazy, these random fires on these farm things, and like, our fucking food. And then crazy, they're also promoting some like new fake shit that we're like, oh fuck.
Funny you mentioned that, because today I saw a thing where thousands of cattle died in Oklahoma because it was too hot.
There's been 19 related like big farm, like they either fires, like shit like that, like random weird shit. But then at the same time, there's like this thing's getting little words of this new thing. Crazy.
And there's been a couple people that have been saying that the next sort of created, like emergency for the government to really kind of take over shit is around climate change. Saying that.
Just to talk on the food shit for a second.
No, we're just talking about everything. It's crazy that before all this would sound super crazy and theories and conspiracy, but now it's like it's not even far fetched. Now it's like fuck. Like I wouldn't even deny it. Like before it would be like, y'all crazy. That's like conspiracy. But now, like with the shit we've seen nowadays, we're like, I don't even deny it. Like I wouldn't doubt it. Like
dog, you remember the fucking clone sheep? Was it a sheep? Dolly, I think was the name of it or some shit. That was back in the 90s. Think what kind of shit they're doing in China right now, where there's like no ethics, no like they're probably cloning humans, dude, over there.
Well, we were talking about that with my brother. Remember, like Hitler was doing some crazy shit back in the day.
Yeah,
unethical shit, and so imagine they, like you said, how many people been practicing shit on the low.
Or North Korea. Imagine those people.
Dude, those people are cloning like hot ass fucking chicks they keep in their closet probably and shit, dude. And fucking
And
they always start with the military.
It sucks.
Most industries start in porn. Come on, you know that, right? The internet, porn. Come on.
No, it's first the military, then porn.
Imagine fucking a porn military, dude. That would be fucking something, dude. But let's be honest. They probably have some chick in the closet that they fucking grew that they could fucking shut the fuck up whenever they want and put her in there. And then they got like another one of them or another couple of them where they're like, oh shit, my fucking heart's getting bad. Pull it off fucking Randy 2.0 over there.
I think that was the original probably reason for starting that. So, for like amputating and replacing shit and like transplants and transfusions. But, you have to do some illegal shit. I'm assuming, some people want to be like, yo, fuck the animal test. We want to go straight to human testing.
Listen to this crazy shit I heard the other day. Hopefully the government doesn't shut my internet when I'm talking about it. Teleportation, right? In the future, they're saying you could keep like a copy of your body somewhere else. So like maybe you have, I don't know, maybe you live on the West Coast and the East Coast, so you have a copy of your body in New York and you're in California.
You're like transferring consciousness.
Yeah, so like they just shut off your fucking body over here and they transfer your consciousness over there.
You ever seen Chappie by Neil Blomkamp? That's basically the whole
they
story.
transfer it into the robot. Yeah, that's a dope movie, dude.
And at the end, though, they realize how to transfer the conscious to like anybody's conscious to
the robot.
Dope. No. After the guy dies, the robot figures out how to take the guy's conscious before he dies and put it in a robot. It's his conscious, like you're talking about, like taking your mind. It's crazy.
And that's the same dude I think who made
Elysium, District 9. Neil Blomkamp. He's from like South Johannesburg,
South Africa.
South Africa. He promotes all his people out there.
Yeah, that movie was dope. I like both of those movies.
It's crazy though, because
anyways,
like
you think they could do that shit?
Huh? I think all that shit.
You think that'll be possible?
Yeah, because I feel like people like us that grew up, like all these scientists or people that watch Star Wars Back to the Future, they're trying to see, like, look, Dick Tracy was on his phone. We have that now. Minority Report, Tom Cruise was on the iPad. We have that now. Like, they've been trying to make that fucking skateboard from Marty McFly for years now. They're gonna have it. They have that Iron Man, people doing like little fucking flying things. Like, they trying every day. So yeah, eventually, we're gonna.
You remember that? Those UFO stories that were coming out in Los Angeles from the pilots, and they would see like a jetpack.
Yeah.
They figured out that shit's like a dude out there, and they never caught him, but it's some dude that has a fucking functioning jetpack, and he's just fucking flying around out there.
That's crazy.
And then there's this Google engineer. Did I already mention this? I've been drinking tonight, as usual.
Me too.
They were saying that he thinks that this program developed a consciousness, and they shut down his ideas and like fucking put him on leave because he like came out and talked about it.
I wouldn't doubt it, bro. Imagine if we can go online for free right now and zoom into your backyard on Google Earth. Imagine what this is out for the public. How far can they zoom in? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can damn near walk down your street, three-dimensional on the internet right now for free. Mm-hmm. And that's for everyone. You mean to tell me they don't have better shit that's not out?
Oh, they have live. They can do it live. We're looking at old pictures.
They're like the Marvel movies. Like, we're thinking this, like they're already 10 years. Like, they're already playing this shit out. Like, it's crazy. Yeah. It's
all
sad,
shit,
man.
That's why everything you see in movies, eventually, you're like, oh wow, not everything. A lot of shit.
Imagine it's people like us that just come up with stories with shit that we've heard, shit that we've read, and we just put together stuff and
Like the new one is the multiverse. You see the multiverse everywhere now.
Right.
Like all this Doctor Strange.
Before, the people that were mentioned before looked as crazy motherfuckers. Like, but now with more and more stories, movies, and shit, like now, like, okay, you're like, you don't sound too crazy.
Do any of you guys think that's just possible? Multiverse?
It's all possible. That's for sure.
You certainly can't rule it out, right? It's hard to
rule. No. Can't rule it out.
It's crazy, but
just think of some of the things we have now, and if you would have told that to, some guy in the Revolutionary War about something, he would have thought it was just as crazy, right? Just as impossible.
Trump being president.
Exactly.
Yeah, I just find the older I get, the harder I find to say that's impossible. You know what I mean? Like I'm always like, well, it's unlikely.
Especially all the
Probably
shit that we've
unlikely.
been, especially all the events that we've been, witness to. Like I think that makes it even like, damn, dog. Like before this, like I said, it used to sound crazy, but now like we've witnessed crazy shit. Now like it doesn't sound too crazy. Like,
bro, if I were to tell you in 2019, in Christmas or whatever, hey man, the world's gonna shut down for 2 years, basically. You're like, shut the fuck up, dude. You had too much to drink. No, for real, dude. We're going to be in our houses for like 2 weeks, and we're going to be hoarding toilet paper, dude. And then we're going to get into fights over some shot that they're going to want us to take, and we're going to shut down air travel, and you're going to be like, what? And, dude, all this shit happened, dude. And even crazier shit.
But the shot thing was more you than anybody else.
Oh no, dude!
They're gonna storm the Capitol.
I told you my reason why.
Storming the Capitol is like the most believable. Like if you told me some goofballs are gonna walk into the Capitol and one of them has horns on and jogging pants with no shirt, I'll be like, yeah, some idiot will probably do that, dude. That's probably believable.
The shot thing wasn't too bad for me. I grew up in the medical field, and then second, I've been military property for years. I've been working in the medical, and I was in the government, so I've been getting shot up with. I've had anthrax vaccines, flu, everything. Nigga. When you're in the
took
military,
anthrax vaccines and anthrax, dude.
When I went overseas, they had to give you they inject you like 17 times, like 21 times, like in the arm. It's like a specific vaccine because I was going over there. I was in Kuwait, so.
The bum is considering joining the army just for us.
So I've had that, and I've always had like vaccines. And when I joined the hospital, I had to get flu and all this shit. So to me, it was like it didn't make a difference. I felt like if I didn't, it would be like fucking up my body. So I was like, might as well just keep doing it. What's this helpful, man?
I'm not talking about myself, but I mean, there was a big fucking debate. A lot of people,
for sure,
fucking went hard on each side on that shit.
To be honest, I got kind of like I didn't do it for a long time. It was because my kids and my girl and then my mom and people were like dying in my family. So they're like, "Come on," So I'm like, "All right," like to make them happy. But if it was up to me, I would have not done it. But I kind of had to for work. And I went to the Vegas. I wanted to go to the Raiders game. I needed my fucking vaccine, so I was like, "God damn!" Like
you went, bro? I didn't know you went out there.
Bro, I gotta show you the footage. I was in the fucking Twitch VIP lounge. My cousins have like VIP shit. Like they come bring you your shit, and you have like it's fucking fire, bro.
That's a beautiful stadium, right? It's a Death Star, right?
It's a casino, bro. You walk into chandeliers, and it's like this is a fucking stadium. I'm like, what the fuck? Makes our stadium look so horrible, though. Like, so embarrassing.
Please,
Bum, you weren't here when we were talking a little bit of basketball. Steph Curry, one of the greatest of all time now, top what? Where you put him?
Man, I guess that takes out a lot of those people that won, like, really old school guys like the Bill Russells and all that, right?
Well, he has 11.
I don't know.
He's got 11.
Yeah.
Hey, we start chopping off all those old guys and focus just on, the LeBrons, the Michael Jordans, the Steph Currys, the Kobes. Man, there's a shitload of other players that are pretty damn good with a lot of championships.
Shaq, Bird, Johnson.
I think the ones that stand out iconically, like I told you, the ones that brought a change to the game. When Shaq came, the game changed. Like they had to change up the whole dynamic. When Steph did the 3-point shit, the Splash Brothers, like the dynamic changed. LeBron being a big dude doing everything, it changed the dynamic of the game. Jordan doing Jordan shit changed the game. Magic passing. I think those players stand out more. But then you have greats like Clyde, Barkley, Iverson that didn't,
Pippen, dog.
Carmelo. No, I'm talking about the non-winning ones. Like, there's so many greats.
Charles Barkley.
Pippen doesn't even get really put up there, dude, at all, and he's got 6 rings, dude.
Yeah.
Well, it's like the Bill Russell thing. He's not considered as the great, like Michael and Kobe, because
his wife, so.
It's not the ring amount. It's like Robert Ory's not a great. You feel me? Like he's a great basketball player. But he's not like
Tanks throwing in like some silent but deadlies there. He's a boom, drops him.
Wilt Chamberlain.
Right. But at that time too, they were like, he was like the only dude big as fuck doing like just dunking. So it was like,
he was playing against a lot of white dudes, bro. Here, let me tell you this, dude, because
that's what it comes down to, right?
Well, that's what I say. I was hanging out with you and Manny that one day when we were watching Celtics Heat, and I kept saying we were talking about. I'm trying to remember the exact argument. Oh, a lot of those old guys. I was saying like they couldn't play today, bro, because they're too athletic. The guys today, they're just fucking. The 12th guy on the bench can fucking probably do a tomahawk windmill dunk at any moment, dude.
Oh, I do remember that argument. I was saying that more old people could play because they were better shooters, and now it's a shooting game.
I was saying, because somebody was saying like, yo, they were like rougher and like stronger and more like, rough. Like these new players wouldn't last because they're like all pussies, right? But I was like, yes. But back then there was only like one Jordan doing these crossovers. Now every nigga doing these crossovers and do up and unders and like that. So I'm like, I don't think these dudes will be like getting left in the dust. And then these guys shoot from half court now, and like the big guys playing point, like it'll fuck all these old school dudes up. So like, I don't know, man.
Hell
they
yeah.
are rough, but if you can't catch up, you can't be rough. So it's just like the Mike Tyson Ali shit. They're like, oh, the GOAT Ali. Like, it's hard, man. We'll never know because we'll never see it. Like, but I think Mike will win all day.
Oh, I think
prime Mike, prime Ali.
If he could hit him,
Mike, dude.
Mike, bro.
Yeah, it's got to be Mike, dude. What I'm saying on the basketball side is, if I think you take the sixth man off almost any NBA team, and that guy's like an MVP candidate in the 60s or 50s. You know what I'm saying? He's so much more athletic.
Does that apply to every sport, though, what you're saying?
I don't know about baseball, football. Yeah, a lot of football guys. Because there's some old guys. You could bring Jim Brown today. He's going to be good.
At the end of the day, what you're saying is that the newer players are always going to be better than the older ones. That's basically what it comes down to.
Well, let me think about that. I'm talking about basketball.
You don't think in baseball that applies?
Well, I kind of agree with the sixth man and the bench guy. They are really good, but they might not shine there. But that's why those guys usually become the coaches, and the stars are normally not good because you can't teach that greatness shit. But like those coaches are usually like Steve Kerrs, those Mark Jacksons, those Doc, that they were players and they were like off the bench or sixth man shit that know the role of the whole team player. Like, so that's why they're good coaches. That's why Jordan was never a good coach. Like usually these greats are not good transitioning to teaching that shit because can't teach that natural talent.
Yeah. Shit. Also, a lot of guys that are on the bench a little bit, get to observe more, and they catchers in baseball are always bench catchers. Sometimes the backup catcher. Those guys end up being the best managers because they're always there watching, and they work with the pitchers and the hitters and shit. But to your question, Bum, I think, in general, probably. I think there's some sports that lend themselves more to that than others. But football, they're bigger, faster, stronger, baseball, I guess, maybe I don't know.
Maybe a little bit closer. Those guys become like coaches and trainers because all the boxing like trainers and shit, they're usually guys that weren't like the greatest, but they're like these dope ass motherfuckers are taking lessons and listening to these guys, like,
That's
like,
one sport though.
You do this, put your arm. Huh?
You could argue though that sport that some of the older guys may be better than the new guys. Like, you don't think Sugar Ray Leonard will?
Yeah, probably not. Sugar Ray was fast, but like some of the old fighters definitely will get whooped up now because they're like different shit now. I don't know. And the athletes are different. They're more athletic. They're super fucking beasts now. Like,
you don't think Mike Tyson will be good today?
Hell yeah. There's some that wouldn't matter what timeline you put them. Like, there's some people or like movies that timeless. Like, I think they would like shine wherever you put them.
I think that's one sport that if you go to the 80s and 70s, that's probably the best era of that. Like, you put those guys today and they're probably still dominating in that sport, I would think.
Right.
It seems to me there was more talent then than there is now, definitely.
You know what it was too? Back then it was just brawl. There wasn't no like by points. Shit, just throw, and like knock each other the fuck out. I think now motherfuckers are doing the whole scorecard shit. Like, body shot here, jab, jab, jab. Like they dance. Like Mayweather perfected that shit, and like a lot of boxers now, like they know that.
Dude, I heard he still hasn't paid Logan Paul for that fight.
That's
He
crazy.
still owes him like $5 million.
I heard he's done a couple like Grammy shit like that. That's why people be like,
Yeah. He took advantage of him.
what else?
I'm trying to see what else I got on my notes here.
Talk about Star Wars, but the Chaz. We talked about. Anybody seen any of the new Marvel shows?
Miss Marvel. I have not, dude. I have not kept up with those. What's the last thing I saw?
You guys heard about Vince McMahon?
Nah, what happened with him?
I heard he got into some shit. He had to step down.
He resigned. Yeah, he's under investigation for
misconduct.
Yeah, like he paid off somebody.
His daughter
some hush
took
money.
over.
Sexual?
His daughter took over.
Yeah.
Who isn't under investigation nowadays, dude?
I don't
Deshaun Watson is fucking. They're talking
racking it up.
They're talking about suspending his ass finally, dude. Is that a fuck up on the NFL's part by like not suspending him a year ago already?
That's the problem with
no, because it's like the court system. You have to do the trial.
They're so uneven in how they apply their punishment.
Absolutely.
It's not consistent.
But Gio, there is no court system. Like, Goodell is kind of judge, jury, and executioner, right?
No, yeah, but I'm saying even within them, I'm pretty sure they have to have like a board because they know if they do the wrong thing too fast, they can get fucked over, like sued back. So I'm pretty sure they get all their shit straightened up and make sure they tie up all the things and make sure this guy don't come at them. So that's what I mean. Like their form of, it's not just like, all right, you're done here, go, like you're fucked. Like
sure like, his biggest thing is that he has to look out with the union, the Players Association, to make sure that they don't sue him, depending on what he does, right? But
yeah,
still,
and they're
hindsight.
But they're
in hindsight, wouldn't it have been better to suspend them for a year and it would have been over by now?
Definitely.
Yeah, but it depends. Depending what little obstacles could be in the way. Like if they would have done it fast, maybe because of the whole union shit, like his contract, it could have so many things that could fuck them over. So they probably did that purposely. You feel me? To kind of like make sure they don't lose out. You know how that shit goes. They're like,
well, yeah, he has unresolved.
They milk it because if they fire him, they have to pay him. Probably they probably have to give him like paper to let him go off early. You know what I'm saying? Have him resign. So they're like trying not to give him probably money and his little like whatever. So there's probably so many little factors involved, and he's got lawyers, and there's like so they have to like tread carefully.
You wanted to bring him, go. So good thing we did it.
I know, dude. That would have been such a Dolphin move, dude, to get that guy. They somehow avoided that classic Dolphin move. I was
desperately tried.
I was at Gio's house. Me and Tank were at Gio's house the other day. His girl is like fucking hardcore Dolphin fan, dude. She had like the memorabilia out and shit, season ticket holder. Yeah, dude. She's hardcore, bro.
We got to go to one of the games because like some of the games like we don't go.
Hell yeah,
like one or two. So
let's go, dude. We should all just fucking piggyback and go. Even if you don't have tickets, we buy tickets and we go do the whole fucking tailgate and shit. It's been.
We always have when no one goes, we always have 2 extra because we have 4 for the kids, but the motherfuckers don't like going. So I usually have 2.
Well, if you guys want to adopt somebody, dude, let me know.
I've never been to one, so I'm down to go whenever.
They're fun, man.
Oh yeah, we should do it this year. One game, no matter what, dude.
What's the last game that we went to, Randy? 2019, sometime.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I was there with the Patriots. I was there with at the Patriots game, the Miracle on Christmas, when they ran back that kickoff.
So were we.
Yeah.
Oh no shit! You know what's crazy? Yeah. We were leaving, right? We went outside. We're at the bar, and my girl had to use the bathroom. She goes in. And I'm watching the game.
Yeah, you were in the urinal next to the bum, probably.
I'm with my friend who's from here, and his brother-in-law is visiting from New England. He's a Patriots fan. He's telling me every fucking time I call, he's like, every time I come here, bro, we never win, dog. It's like, it's a curse. And I'm like, yo, it's over, dog. You guys won. He's like, nah, man, it's not over till it's over. He's like, I'm just cursed. He's like, we've never won when I've been here. I'm like, it's over, dog. It's done. The kickoff goes, bro, and they run that shit back. It was like a movie, slow motion. Everyone was like, he was just standing still. and like everyone was going left. It was like everyone was bouncing up and down. He wasn't moving. He was just frozen. I was like, I'm sorry. Like, no way. You're fucking right, nigga. Like, damn. And my girl missed it. She was taking a piss. Like, what happened? Like, we won, motherfucker. It was crazy. It's just nuts. Yo, I was there last game. Patriots. Some guy sitting in front of us. He's got to be like 6'5". They're getting their ass whooped. Some stupid little play, like a first down. He jumps up, like, yeah. He jumps up, bro. But, you know, when you're tall, those seats are like right at your ankles. He goes forward, bro, and cartwheels like 5 rows down. And fucking karate chops somebody with his foot in the back of the head. And he's like, all I see is his legs like this, bro. And it was like, what the fuck? Like, he just went past us, like, pew, 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 pew. He got up like nothing.
That makes me happy, dude. That makes me happy.
It was the funniest shit. Yeah, it was. It was funny. All the dogs started laughing. He was like the only Patriots fan in our group.
Dude, we were at that game, and the bum goes to the bathroom, pissed off, you know, like, fuck, we lost again. And I'm like, I'm always fucking hopeless, fucking romantic. We're going to get back in it. And I'm like, hey, dude, there's still 23 seconds. He's like, you're delirious. He sends me a text. You're delirious. We got the kickoff. We went to like the 25 or some shit. I'm like, hey, we still got one more play. You're delirious. And then, like, they do all that crazy shit. And then, touchdown. And I turn around and he's behind me. He says he saw the whole thing. I don't know if he saw it.
I did. I got to see the whole thing.
It's dope. They said
he saw it at home when he got home on ESPN.
They sent us a signed picture, dog.
Yeah, I got
Hey, yo, G shit. I'm glad we're here talking about the Dolphins. My girl's a paralegal for the U.S. She graduated. But I was having her, I want to write up something because I'm going to take it up to some attorneys because I've told you before, a long time ago, like 2011, I've always been doing 305 and the 0 is the Dolphins logo or the Heat logo, the Star Wars Death Star. I've always done that. I've been time stamping on Instagram. I used to wear it at the games, 305 shirts, bro. And I'm a season ticket holder, 8 years. I've been going every year. And 2018, 19, bro, that's their new marketing thing. All 3, Dolphins 5. The stickers with chips on Instagram, like all over. And I was tagging these motherfuckers. I've been tagging these dudes, nothing. And now that's there. Like, I know it's their logo, but there has to be some creativity kind of like gray area there. So I want to like approach this, you know, present it to a lawyer. If they like tell me, like, if I see them reacting like I have something, then I'm like, what's good? But if they're like,
your shit though, right?
They have to, bro. Like,
It's
I have
weird
2011. I have an internet timestamp 2011, so they start selling this shit 2018. So, like, come on. And I'm like, you know, when you make new logos, like tagging the Dolphins and like sending it to them, and like,
it's weird though because their logo is trademarked.
Right, and that's why I never I didn't want to do that. I'm like, technically, it's not my logo. But then people are like, well, you know, there's like in art, there's like maybe that creativity side. That's why I never really approached it. I was scared, like, I don't want to like fucking stir nothing up because technically it's not my logo. But damn, then I see this, and this is like their main shit. If you go to the online store, that's like their thing. I'm like hot every time I go to the store, bro. I be looking at them, like, get mad, just leave. They're like angry, like super shaking, like. So I'm like, I don't know. What do you guys think? I want to hear what y'all feel like. You think I should, right? Either I get nothing, or I get cut something, or
got nothing to lose.
Right, that's what I was thinking. But before I was scared to like, but then I'm like, fuck it. To sue me, they gotta hire some expensive lawyers. It probably costs more to hire lawyers to come get nothing out of me. Plus, I haven't made money off of it.
Well,
but they have.
What I think is that you got fucked, and it's probably gonna not be worth the battle. But try. You know what I mean? Like, it's probably gonna be like a lot of fucking, because I don't know enough about copyright or intellectual property law and shit.
But look, here's an example. My friend, his name is A-Hole Sniffs. He's a big artist in Miami.
I'm sorry, what is his name again?
His name is
A-Hole Sniffs Glue.
A-Hole Sniffs Glue is his artist name. It's a big eyeball. You might have seen it in Wynwood. It's like an eyeball with lines. It's been on the downtown thing on the building. He's big. He has a whole Metro bus. You know, he got like a contract with Metro Day Transportation. So he's blowing up. He's already established. But he was always local, and he tagged up Mad Walls in Wynwood. American Eagle Outfitters did a photo shoot with their models out in Wynwood, and that was the backdrop. One of the walls had his pieces up there, and then they used that as their like catalog. So in the stores, that design was back there, and then they used it as their like wallpaper on the internet. They even had people in South America like hired to come even redo shit like that. So he took him to court, and he settled out of court, and he's like 6-figure shit ever since he's done. So I was thinking about hitting him up. He's from Color Ridge, he's my friend, and be like, yo, talk to your, maybe like I want to go to your lawyers. You know, this is like similar area.
Yeah, you get an idea if it's
and see how they feel about it. If I see that they're like excited about it, I'm like, what's up? Like, and lawyers usually want money after, you know. If they don't win, they're like, we don't want, but if we do, you know, like a retainer or whatever. So
they always want to get a piece.
But I was scared for mad long, and somebody was like, just fucking do it. Like, you got nothing to lose, dog.
They're not gonna come kill you, dude.
Yeah, I guess the hard part there is you have to somehow prove that you were doing this before they did it, right?
The internet is my friend, bro. If you go to my page and you scroll up my Instagram, you go all the way to 2011, boom, I'm there with next to Amari Stoudemire with my shirt. My brother's wearing it. We're at the games. We're like rocking it.
That you got it then.
That's what I'm saying. I just been like, I had more conversations like this with people, and people were giving like, then I'm like, all right, like now a bit more, but like the last few years I've been like, no man, like scared. So, but now like that's why I brought it up, like, and now this is another like internet like recording. Nothing. Before I was just worried about copyright shit. Maybe they come after me. And I did a lot of, you know, Marvel drawings. So I didn't want to bring it to my thing because a lot of my shit in the beginning was all like Marvel, DC, Rick and Morty. So I'm like, I could easily get shut down because I sell.
It's parody too, right? You got parody. There's some parody.
Right, but I'm using their
fair use. Yeah, there's always parody and fair use, so you could like kind of still get away with some shit.
I just wasn't educated in everything, so I had fear. But now that I'm more aware, like, yo, you're good, man. I'm like, all right, I'm more like, I'm willing to do it. Especially like talking to more people. They're like, fuck it, dog. I'm like, all right. But that's like, it's crazy, right? Like, if you go, you see the store, like, it's there, but I get mad every time, bro. So crazy.
Yo, so did Kim Kardashian fucking wreck Marilyn Monroe's dress, or you guys hear about this?
I don't even know what that means. Like, what does that mean?
She wore at the Met Gala. You heard of the Met Gala?
Yeah. They all dressed stupid.
Yeah, so Kim went to that, and they gave her. You ever seen the Marilyn Monroe dress she wears when she sings "Happy Birthday to You" to the John F. Kennedy on his president?
Like the real one, like the
on his birthday.
Dress?
Yeah,
but I'm saying they gave her the dress.
Yeah, but Marilyn Monroe was a white girl with a white girl ass. Let's be honest, dude. That dress was not made for that fucking lab genetically enhanced fucking donkey ass that Kim has. Apparently, she like fucked it up. You know, like it's buckling at the seams. You know, and they're blaming her fat ass on it.
It's Pete Davids's fault.
Well, I mean,
I wonder how much that dress is.
If it were to go up for auction,
she can afford it.
Yeah, she might just fucking buy it, dude.
Probably already.
Like, all right, you think I fucked it up? I'll buy it. Fuck it. She has enough money. What else we got here? You guys know Fassbender? Is it Michael Fassbender?
The actor who played Magneto.
Yeah, is it Michael? It might be.
I think it's Michael Fassbender. He was in Prometheus and Magneto.
Yeah, you know, he's racing. I think he might have already done it in the fucking 24-hour Le Mans shit. Kind of like Steve McQueen.
He's what? Raised in Le Mans? What?
There's this race in I think it's in Europe somewhere. The Le Mans 24-hour race.
McQueen, like a triathlon type of thing.
It's a car race.
Oh, it's cars. Yeah. Oh, I thought it was like that biking, swimming, running shit.
No. It's straight up auto race. He's competing in that shit, dude.
Oh, no shit.
I don't know who else has done that, but like I know Steve McQueen did that shit.
When I was talking to my friends, it's cool actors. Like, imagine you go do a movie about NASCAR. You're like, yo, we're gonna send you for like 2 months to do fucking fast car racing, or you're gonna do military. You do gun training. Like, them motherfuckers have so many traits. Like, these actors have been doing shit. Like, yo, you're gonna go Navy SEAL training for like two weeks for this movie. You're gonna go now be a chef. You're gonna go stripper. Like, they go study these people. It's kind of cool. Like, some of these motherfuckers probably picked up like Keanu Reeves is a beast with the gun. You seen him do his training?
Hey, I gotta tell you something though about that gun. Now we just talked about it. I sent you that video from Bill Maher, the other day.
Yeah.
Nobody talks about that shit, really, right?
Give me a second.
Yeah, and I think since that video came out, a bunch of directors and producers came out, and they're making a pact to not make movies with. They were kind of shamed into it.
Because those are some of the wokest people, whether by that they really feel like that or by association or whatever you want to call it. And dude, that made so much sense to me, dude, that like, they're always a lot of the times, whenever there's one of these tragedies, a lot of actors come out. Matthew McConaughey, which I don't think a lot of his movies are usually shoot 'em up type movies anyways, if I'm thinking about his career. But
and he was from Uvalde.
I get it. Oh, really? That's his hometown?
Yeah.
Wow. I know he's a Texas boy. I didn't know that was like specifically.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, that hit home for sure. But I think almost every major actor that I can think of, in one time or the other, they're involved in some movie with their fucking killing people and shooting people, and there's a lot of fucking violence. And then it's always the video games, right? Oh, the video games. They never really like hit up on the movie. Somebody's unloading right now as we speak out here in Homestead. I hear it off in the distance. So I thought that was interesting that he called out Hollywood on all the gun violence that goes on in the movies.
Yo, I'm glad I heard it right when I sat down. Speaking of like video games, I heard somebody say something good. Like, okay, people be like, yo, it's the video game's fault why these kids are doing shootings. And this guy was like, the same kids in Europe and all these other countries play the same games, and you don't hear shootings going on over there. Like, you can't use that because you don't have mass shootings going on, like 19 of them in this fucking year in any other country but here. You know what I'm saying? Like, they play GTA over there too. You know what I'm saying? Like, they play every fucking game. Like, same thing with movies. Like, no mass shootings anywhere else but here. Like, the movies is not it. It's the fucking this place. It's grimy.
The point that he was making, Bill Maher, was not necessarily like stop the movies and stop the violence, but he was kind of calling out Hollywood like, hey, you're always the first one to come and like take up this cause or whatever, but you're not really, if you really think about it, you are promoting the shit. And I'm not saying stop the movies either, but it's like, it's hypocritical, like if I'm always fucking smoking and I'm telling you, yo, don't smoke, dude, don't smoke. And I'm always smoking. It's like, I probably shouldn't be telling you to stop smoking.
You know what?
Right?
In the same sense, though, look, he's Bill Maher talking about like we shouldn't do this and do that, but he's kind of capitalizing on just playing the whole news reporting thing on this whole thing, and he's making bread off of that. Like,
100.
So it's kind of like everyone's out to get their little thing, though. Like even him, like
for sure.
What about you? Like,
and I just thought it was an interesting take.
If every rich motherfucker just donated like half their money, like world hunger would be solved. But like no one's gonna do that, so it ain't gonna get fixed. Yeah. It sucks,
man. There should be a salary cap. Like, I don't know what it should be, but like,
it could easily be fixed, but it won't happen because just human species are not built like that. Just like some people don't give a fuck. Like, it'd be like, oh, we need you to do this. He's like, I don't care. Like, there's always gonna be that person that doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah,
or just not.
For sure. I don't know. How do you solve that problem though?
I don't think it's solvable. I think it's kind of like just find a balance. Like you said, like it's not about eliminating one or the other. You kind of never can get rid of one because then you won't have the other. Like that fucking famous line 50. Like joy wouldn't feel good if it wasn't for pain, Sunshine wouldn't feel good if it wasn't for rain. Like I don't think it'll work. Like you kind of like it's unfortunately it's just like the way we built it and the way we are as humans. Like we're just fucking pieces of shit. Like we know everything we're doing wrong, we're not fixing it because there's some people who just rather get rich and like don't give a fuck. Like, we know all the problems, but the way it's set up is so we can't fix it. We just can't fix it because the people that have been doing it like don't want to fuck up their money. Like come on, like.
I think one way we could go about it is stop fucking publicizing those people. Stop mentioning their names. I think a lot has to do with the media, you know. Even if they fucking die, they get to live in infamy, you know. Everybody speaks of them. Everybody just
Of course.
keeps giving them what they want. And every other kid that's even thought about doing that just keeps, oh, look, you know, everybody's talking about, whether it's for fucking 15 minutes or fucking, look, the kid from Broward, he still got his trial going, you know. He still has his name being aired all the fucking time. I see that as a big ass fucking problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's us. Look, like
So
that.
It is us.
I think Trump used that. That's why he won. Because look, we were hating him so much, but we kept mentioning him every day. We either sent each other a video about like, look at this dumb motherfucker, but we're putting Trump hashtag fuck Trump, Trump this, and it's like every day. There wasn't a day we went by we didn't. Like he capitalized on that. It's kind of like Hotline Bling, the video. Drake knew he looked stupid. He did it on purpose because the next day he knew he was gonna be a meme, and he was all over the fucking world with that dumb video, and he was all day getting made fun of, and that just helps.
There's no such press as bad press, dude.
Nope.
Any press is good.
Not in that world.
So Tank, you're saying go the NFL route. Don't show the streaker when he runs out on the field on the camera. They don't exist. Don't give him any fucking attention.
Dude, whether we like to admit it or not, dude, we all like fucking serial killers, and we all dive into that shit. We watch the Jeffrey Dahmer tapes, the Ted Bundy tapes, the John Wayne Gacy tapes on
until it hits
Netflix.
close to home. It's just like the cops. We hate the cops till that you need them.
Yeah.
The bottom line is
cops. Like, yo, call the cops right now. We need them. Like,
yeah, fuck the police. Nah, turn that shit off. Call them. But the bottom line is, we're all humans, right? We're humans here. They're humans. So any human is capable of doing that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Obviously, you know, you could say, you know, well, I would never do that, but it just takes a crazy person, dude. And it could be anybody. And sometimes it could be somebody who's not crazy and they just turn crazy for some reason, you know?
I think you will get better, and all it is, we need is time. It's just those old heads that have those beliefs are going to die out, and the newer generations are just not going to agree with their grandfather because it's changing. And that's just all that has to happen. They just have to die out, and it's getting there. You feel all these old racist people, like that era is starting to finish out.
But not all the shit is racial, though, because some of the shit is just crazy fucking...
Right, but the
mental health
head of those big things are run by these people that ran by that, and that starts down. The mental health is caused by FDA. It's the food we're given, the drugs we're given for the bad food we're eating, and the drug helps with your eyes or fucks up your liver. So take this for your liver, but it fucks up your heart. And it's all like the nigga who gives us the food also gives us the drugs. Like, come on, like it don't make no sense. This is all a fucking
Farmer
circle.
Bro just got let out.
Why do our cars go 120 miles an hour? Why don't all cars go 40 and no one will get tickets? They don't want that. Doesn't help them. They want you to go fast and get tickets.
You guys remember Farmer Bro?
Who?
Farmer Bro?
Farmer Bro.
Yeah.
Farmer Bro is the guy who got
sold
like
those
some AIDS
medication really expensive.
He jacked up the price for like a $20 pill to like $700.
Yep.
You know who he is, Gio. He bought that Wu-Tang record, dog.
Okay, yeah. I didn't know the Farmer Bro thing, but now that you're saying that, yeah, I know who he is. The asshole, like
they just let him out. So, Bum, I have an entertainment note here. You mentioned this to me. I didn't even know what the fuck it is. Let's see if they know what it is. You guys know what is it EGOT?
EGOT.
Oh,
EGOT. You know what an EGOT is?
EGOT? Nah, I don't think so.
It's an acronym for an award.
Oh.
It means you won a Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony.
That must be for one of the new guys that got all four that made that up, because I'm pretty sure it wasn't a lot of people that had all of those. So who was it that got the first one that made that acronym?
Well, no, she's number 17 actually.
Holy
yeah,
but that acronym has been around.
Well, I never heard it before, so it may be some new acronym.
I'm today years old.
Me too. When they showed it to me, I was like, "What?" Jennifer Hudson got one.
Nice.
So
I'm assuming Jamie Foxx is probably one.
I had a list of them, dude. Here, I got a list right here, dude. And let's see how many of these people we even know who they are. So again, this is people who won a Tony. I'm sorry, an Emmy.
We should know them if they won all 4. We should know most.
We should know them, but I think some of these we may not all know. So an Emmy is that TV?
TV.
Okay.
Grammys, music.
Grammys, music.
Broadway.
Oscar, act, movies.
Okay, so you got TV, movie, Broadway, music.
Right.
Okay. So Jennifer Hudson, which I couldn't tell you what she won them for, but she's the last one.
That movie with Eddie Murphy and Beyonce.
Oh, by the way, here's the answer to your question. Actor Philip Michael Thomas first used, who's the guy who played Tubbs on Miami Vice. He first used the term in the 1980s, and it entered the mainstream after 3-0 Rock popularized it in 2009. So that's how old the term is. Richard Rodgers. No. Anybody know who he is?
No.
Oh, he's the first guy to do it.
He's from the 40s and 60s.
Yeah, that's probably why he's the first dude. I don't know that nigga.
1962. Whoopi Goldberg.
I know who that is.
We know who she is.
Of course you do.
You got the whole list, Randy?
I got the whole list. Yeah, you got it there.
Damn.
Yeah.
Baby, what you do to your hair? Remember Whoopi Goldberg and She's like, "Damn, baby, what you do to your hair?"
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tank. Read.
You want me to read
it off?
You know how to read?
Yeah, there's only 17.
Yeah, I just learned last week.
Let him read. He's like Floyd Mayweather.
Richard Rodgers.
What happened to your internet connection, dog?
No, Gio said I don't know how to read. So
all right, so look, we got Jennifer Hudson, Richard Rodgers, and then who's next?
I'm gonna go in order from the oldest to the newest. Richard Rodgers from the 60s. Helen Hayes, her last award was in the 70s, 77.
Do we know either of these people?
So far, no.
Not yet.
All right.
We got Rita Moreno. Her last award was in 77.
Raise your hand if you know who these people are.
I know Rita Moreno. She did West Side Story.
Gotcha. Okay, I know she is.
We got John
the fuck up,
Gielgud.
You don't know who she is.
91 was his last. He got an Emmy in 91.
What's his name?
John Gielgud. Gielgud.
I know who that is.
His Oscar was in 81.
For Arthur?
I'm not sure.
He was the butler, I think, in the movie Arthur.
He was an actor-director. Next guy is Audrey Hepburn.
You know who she is.
The last one was in 94.
Well, what's interesting about Hepburn is between some of the awards and the other awards, there was 30 or 40 years.
Yeah, the first one was in 53 and the last one in 94.
Yeah, there you go.
They were both were back to back. So the Oscar was in 53, then the Tony in 54, and then the Emmy was in 93 and the Grammy in 94.
Yeah, and then I think she died.
And then they died. Who's next?
The next one is Marvin Hamlish.
Marvin Hagler?
Hamlish.
That guy was a composer, though.
Yep.
But, he could have won for best musical score. Boom, you got an Oscar.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Randy thought he was the IBC champion.
The next one was Jonathan Tunick.
That name sounds familiar. I've heard that name, but I can't put a face.
The Oscar was from 77. I'm not sure what movie. He was a composer-conductor. So, movie and music.
Oh, that might have heard his name.
Nobody knows who this guy is?
That could have been Rocky.
What's his name again?
Jonathan Tunick. I'll tell you right now who he was.
1977.
Sounds like a guy with music. Jonathan Tunick.
I feel like he's done some music recently. I heard that name before.
The next one is Mel Brooks.
We know who he is.
That's the OG right there, boy.
Surprising though, right? Kind of surprising.
Merchandising.
Was his Oscar for The Patriot?
Who won Oscar for that?
Mel Brooks?
Sorry, wrong Mel.
No.
That's Mel Gibson.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mel Gibson won Braveheart, and he won for acting and for director, I think.
But he's not one of these EGOT people, right?
No. Oh, no. Gibson, no.
Okay.
Mel Brooks. He sounds familiar.
Yeah, he did Spaceballs. He did all the comedy. Young Frankenstein. He done fucking
Yo.
all the
Blazing Saddles.
We had that action figure guy on here a couple weeks back on the podcast. Some guy that talks about unproduced action figures, and we were talking about that movie, and we were like, bro, there needs to be action figures from that movie. But that was one of the deals they did with Lucas at the time. We're like, yeah, you could make the movie, but you're not going to be able to make any merchandise on this fucking movie. And that deal still stands to today. But I think people will buy the shit out of those figures if they made those figures. Anyways, continue.
Next one is Mike Nichols.
No. Oh, wait.
He's a director or a producer?
He's a director comedian.
Does it say like for what they won these shits?
No, it just tells you the year.
Okay.
The most recent one was in 2001 for an Emmy. His movie was in 1967.
The Graduate.
Oh, that's a great movie.
I think he did The Graduate.
Next is Whoopi Goldberg.
Yo, but read just the people, not the years, just like the top, the 15 people.
That's what we're doing right now.
We're gonna be here. We're gonna be in 10 years going after. I'm confused. You're like 2021. Is this guy? I'm like, what? Like,
give me the cliff notes, motherfucker.
Goldberg. Quick list, man. 1 through 15. Number, name. The end.
Speed round.
The next one is Scott Rudin.
Never heard.
Hated it.
Next. It's like Tinder, swipe left, dude.
Next one was Robert Lopez.
Never heard of him.
Nothing. He played basketball for Brooklyn or some shit.
Nah, he was the.
That's Brook Lopez.
He's the one that took the least amount of time, only 9 years to get the EGOT.
Oh man, don't care.
So Next. He got it. He got it.
He got it. EGOT's the guy from Ghostbusters, ain't it?
No, that's an Ewok, you fucking dumbass.
I thought of like some sort of fucking bird, but that's an egret.
Oh no, it's those little teddy bears from Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Next is Andrew Lloyd Webber.
That's a composer.
So a lot of composers.
Yeah. Next is Tim Rice.
This list sucks.
I know, right?
That's Jerry Rice's cousin.
Yeah.
It took him 38 years. Next is John Legend. I know John Legend.
I know John Legend.
Yeah, those three people together, they joined the club thanks to NBC's Jesus Christ Superstar live in concert. That's why those three people, Rice, Weber, and Legend, got him. I have that on my notes.
Next is Alan Menken.
Hated it.
I'm so glad I'm learning all this useless information.
And last
I
one,
I bet Gio cannot repeat one of the names that he's heard so far.
Gio cannot repeat his own name right now.
Bo Jackson.
What was the last one?
Jennifer
Bo Jackson's a sports EGOT, dude.
Yeah.
Who?
Bo Jackson, sports EGOT.
Yo, how about Bojangles?
Yeah, good place, dude. I like
Who's the most recent winner?
Jennifer Hudson. That's why this whole thing came about.
Come on,
so you got them all?
Program, bro.
Why EGOT got brought up? How come EGOT got brought up? What was the main
Because
reason?
Jennifer Hudson just got it.
She just got it this last year.
She just EGOT it.
For what?
She got a Tony for the musical A Strange Loop. Now you want the long version. You just wanted the names. Now you
was just talking shit.
Now you want details, Doc.
We're at the end, though. We're at the end.
Yeah, she got Strange Loop, a Tony.
No, she got the Tony this year.
Yeah.
Okay,
and then
that was the last thing. Tony's music or Broadway?
Broadway.
Yeah.
Broadway.
Now, let's play this game real quick. Who do you think could win this award? Or who would you thought maybe would be on this list?
Well, I think Jamie Foxx has a high chance because he already won
That's a good one.
2 of them. I think he won 3. He won 1 for music, 1 for movies, and I think he can get an Emmy if he has some TV shit. So he has 2 down, so he can be a candidate.
Yep.
Eminem has 2 down.
He has
He's got an Oscar and an Emmy.
No, not for movies.
A Grammy.
I would say
song from the movie.
Just Lose It or no. What the fuck is it called?
I would have thought one of those old style actresses like Barbara Streisand or something.
Or Pamela.
Yeah. Not Pamela. Barbara Streisand or what's the other bitches?
I'd give Pamela Anderson a fucking Oscar for her performance.
Wasn't Diana Ross doing movies too for a while?
Diana Ross. That's a good
Her daughter does acting. Her daughter's a good actor.
Because Diana Ross sings and acts.
Eminem has an Oscar because I think he got an Oscar for that
Lose
song.
Yourself. Lose Yourself.
Yeah, exactly. How about Justin Timberlake?
Oh, he's not a bad actor, man. He's good. He's a good musician, so he's probably a candidate too.
Yeah.
But he hasn't really acted in any like serious movies.
He was just recently in a show called Candy with Jessica Biel. He played like a sheriff, and he did good.
He's done some movies, dude. He was in The Social Network, right?
Oh
Social Network. He was in this time movie with.
That movie was dope, dude. I like that movie.
He did Alpha Dog.
Money is
kidnapping.
Money's time and shit.
Time.
Like you have a certain amount of time, and if you work, you get more time. And then like a lot of people are running low on time. The rich people got like a lot of time. They fucking.
He was
gamble.
on Friends with Benefits. Sorry,
he's not bad. But it's hard because I think the hard part is the music side because not everybody. You got to find a musician like Will Smith is probably a candidate because he's done probably. But his music didn't win. I think.
I think the Broadway is the hard.
Yeah.
The Broadway is just a matter of willing to do it.
It's not hard for an actor. It's hard for a musician to cross over acting and does it then go to Broadway. But I think the music, if you're like an actor doing a Grammy album, is probably much harder to do music, a whole album composed by you. Like, but
if you win an Oscar, you could go get a Tony. What is it, Tony? Which is the one for the fucking Broadway?
Tony.
If you're an Oscar winner, you can go get a Tony if you want, right?
Emmy is for TV.
Yeah, let's look up how many people won the Dundee Award.
Shut the fuck up, bro.
Dunder Mifflin.
So like anybody who's been on like shows and shit, that's what an Emmy is for.
Yeah,
I've been on Emmys before.
So like all this shit on Netflix is nah.
Oh, I have.
How do we transition to that?
What did he just ask? I thought he said, "Has anybody done shrooms before?" What did you say? I thought that's what you said.
Is that what you said?
That's why. Is that what you said? That's why I got confused. Like we were all talking, I heard him say, "Has anybody taken shrooms before?" And I was like, "I have." I guess it's not what he said.
I said, "Has anyone brewed before?"
Oh, brewed before. See, I thought he did say the same thing. I just confused brew with shroom. That's it. It's an easy mistake. It wasn't like I'm.
It is. It's very legitimate. Absolutely.
You heard what you wanted to hear, Gio. I think.
Yes.
What I was gonna say is like all this Netflix shit is also now Emmy shit, right?
Yeah,
on Netflix, like Stranger Things. Stranger Things is eligible
streaming
for
if it's a series, it's considered Emmy. If it's a film, then it's considered for Oscar. Like that's all it is. It's not like where it's at, where it's being streamed. It's just if it's a show, it's under the category of Emmy.
The definition has changed a lot from back when we were kids and shit.
Yes.
Now it seems easier to do it now, in a way. Because remember,
I think before TV was looked at like actors going back to TV looked bad. Like that's like you like lost your stardom.
Yeah,
but
the
now
small
it's like,
screen.
But they changed.
You would go TV movie. You go TV movie.
Now they realize like you can just be famous off a show, and then you get movies because of your show.
Yeah, if you're
the little Breaking Bad kid, Jason Pinkman. Jason Pinkman got famous off Breaking Bad. And they gave him mad movies.
Now, what has he done? I haven't really seen him in a lot of shit.
He's not that good. He's Jesse Pinkman in every movie. That's the problem.
Exactly.
He has that Keanu Reeves, Vince Vaughn problem, that fucking Nicolas Cage issue. Like, You're like the same guy, just long hair with a mustache. Like you still the same motherfucker.
Typecast.
Like Kim Powers, Danny McBride's the same fucking redneck guy, but just changed haircut and outfit. But it's like
Keanu Reeves made a good career out of being Keanu Reeves, dude.
No, and all those guys I named, I like half of their shit, but it's like they're the same guy. Like Tom Cruise is the same guy every movie.
Like, yeah. So Sylvester Stallone is Rocky and fucking Rambo.
Right, but like,
which is him in real life.
Yeah.
But then you have actors like Leonardo DiCaprio can flip different fucking roles. Johnny Depp does crazy shit. Then you have
Johnny
like
Depp,
Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy does like great acting. Like,
well, his best acting performance was in that court case a couple weeks ago, dude.
No, that was Amber Heard's best acting.
No, worse, dude. She was terrible, dude.
No, that was better than
my dog stepped on a bee.
Yeah, my dog stepped on a bee. Oh.
What?
She said that in the case, like my dog stepped on a bee.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
She went like, my dog stepped on a bee.
I guess she's trying to have a facial expression like looking sad.
I'll send it right now in the chat.
It just looked really bad. Like it just looked super fake. Like crazy.
I didn't see that.
Did y'all see the clip of Johnny Depp? Johnny Depp's like this in court. He's chilling, and then a big ass white snot goes down this far, and he goes back in.
Hey, go! It's like 3 seconds. I can show it, right?
Yeah, do it. So you're saying un moco le salió la nariz and it went back in? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it looks like he was doing like what he's going to be doing all the time, and that shit was just like dripping off his nose.
Well, she took a bump on the stand too.
Right, but his, I don't think he was.
It can't be that stupid, right? You don't believe that.
His was not that he was doing it in the court. His was like, it looked like he was partying probably last night.
There's like a hold on, let's see again.
We figured this out the other day. Today.
My God!
Every time.
Here you go. One more time.
Oh wow! I didn't see this.
My dog stepped on a bee.
Oh God, dude, she's
that's bad.
Dude. Bro. But that woman, like 4 or 5 years, I think we were talking about this the other night. I know a lot of people, yes, obviously she's still a very good looking woman, but like when he got married to her, I could see like fucking him saying, all right, she's crazy, but she's fucking really hot, dude.
Yo, 65% of those fine ass girls are fucking crazy. They're crazy.
Oh, dude,
they have insecurity issues. Half of them think they're fat, they're ugly. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, y'all got way too, like, they're fucked in the head. That's why they get surgeries. They have this because they're fucked
Hey,
up,
look, somebody in LA found her out on lunch. Look, who was drinking the pints of wine?
That's a mega pint.
Yeah, the mega pint.
She's still a good looking.
Yeah, nothing changed in that aspect. We just found out she's a crazy bitch.
No, but like, if she was a 10 before, I think now she's like a 7.5, 8 maybe.
Of course. But that's like any bitch. If we know a bitch is fine, then we find out some shit like, yeah, that bitch crazy. Like, it just goes down naturally.
It's all right, though. Hey, guys, I'm going to hop off, man.
Yeah, all right, bro. Yeah, we're about to kill it.
Yeah.
Happy Father's Day to all of you guys.
Yeah, you too.
Have a good weekend.
I'm out too, guys. Take
Happy
it easy.
Father's Day, man.
All right, bum.
Happy Father's Day.
And then there was two. Gee, let's up, dude. I think
every time I'm on here, I be getting fucked up.
Oh man, we could chill longer.
We get off here. I'll face. All right, let's log off of here, and I'll hit you up on my iPad.
Yeah. Or we could stay backstage here, bro. All right.
Yeah, okay.
Thanks everybody in the chat. Thanks everybody in the replay. Just hang out a second. We'll go backstage. Peace.
All right.
See you next time.